offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Brewski's Sports Bar is your home for college baseball with 2 great locations, downtown and North Little Rock. Open daily for lunch at 11 a.m. and nobody beats their happy hour Monday through Friday till 7. Think you're a trivia champ? Prove it. Tuesdays at 7 downtown, Wednesdays at 7 North Little Rock. Hey, North Little Rock, it's crawfish boil season. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Get 3 pounds for just $25 with sausage, corn, and taters, hot and fresh till they sell out. Get in here. Brewski's your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
ABC Supply presents Shannon Lynn, our favorite musicologist, when he joins Morning Mayhem. ABC Supply in North Little Rock, let's get your job done together. For location and product information, find them online at abcsupply.com.
Are you sick and tired of living with that constant pain in your knees or your back? You know, joint pain doesn't just keep you from doing what you love. It affects your job, your relationships, even simple things like getting dressed. Hey everybody, it's RJ. It's time to call QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics uses advanced regenerative medicine to restore and repair damaged joint tissue, giving you your life back. Hips, shoulders, elbows, they can all be treated with natural biologics from your own body. If you're tired of steroid shots that don't work, or if you're trying to avoid surgery, call QC Kinetics now to schedule your free consultation. Learn about these exciting new cutting-edge treatments for pain caused by arthritis or injury, and the best part, no drugs, no pain meds, and no downtime. This is an all-natural treatment that can get you lasting relief. People in Central Arkansas are raving about the results. Call now. Appointments are available for this upcoming week. QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Mega Millions now has better odds, bigger prizes, and the highest starting jackpot in America. Top prizes start at $50 million and increase rapidly until someone wins. What else is new? How about no more break-even prizes? Win anywhere from 2 to 10 times your bet. And the multiplier? It's no longer an add-on. Mega Millions is always $5 per play, bells and whistles included. Play today in stores or on the go. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Chris Kane joins Morning Mayhem each Monday to mix it up with the guys. Chris Kane on Morning Mayhem is presented by Trader Bill's. Trader Bill's, your one-stop shop for all things lake.
You ready? Let's go!
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it
Going to a playoff. Got a chance. Oh, wow. What a punt. Justin Rose at the 72nd. Look at the long shadows. Symbolic at this moment of the journey it's taken to get here. For all this history. McElroy has his masterpiece.
I probably didn't understand myself. I didn't understand why I got myself in a great position in 2011, and I probably didn't understand why I let it slip in a way. But I think just having a little more self-reflection, that experience, going through the hardships of tough losses and all that. I would, and I would say to him, just stay the course, just keep believing. And I would say that to any young boy or girl that's listening to this, or, I've literally made my dreams come true today. And I would say to every boy and girl listening to this that, believe in your dreams. And if you work hard enough and you put the effort in, that you can achieve anything you want.
Isn't that lovely? What a great way to start out a Monday. This music just puts me at ease. I should just put this in my headphones when I go play golf. It just makes me so relaxed. Yeah. Welcome into the zone. We are live here at Burns Park, and I already want to tip my cap to the staff here. We haven't even really had a chance to visit with any of them yet, but my goodness, what a beautiful job they've done here. The rain we've gotten over the last week has certainly helped, but it is absolutely a spectacular setting for golf today. We got a little bit of cloudy sky, nice breeze going out there, but it is a great setting for golf here today, and we are thrilled to be here. We want to thank our friends at Tito's Handmade Vodka for being our title sponsor of this event today. We're going to get some Corky's lunch today from Big Joe and the crew, so lots of fun things coming up, and we really appreciate that. I saw the Twin Peaks girls are out and about with some of our staff delivering drinks to the folks on the course, but it's going to be a lovely day here. But we're going to recap the Razorbacks baseball failure this weekend, which, again, played a very good Georgia team, came up short in a couple of games and lost the series. Softball pulls out a victory. We're going to talk about the Masters and whatever else you guys want to get into. We had some other good things happen in baseball. I was telling the morning guys, UAPB got a sweep. They play in Fayetteville tomorrow. The Little Rock Trojans got a sweep this weekend, and they are playing at Ole Miss tomorrow. Jackson Wells will join us at 12:30 today, thanks to our friends at Thompson Electric. At the bottom of this hour, Trey Biddy will join us, get an update on what's going on with spring football. And he is courtesy of our friends at Tiretown Point S down in Benton. Bubba Carpenter, thanks to Johnston's Home Center. He will talk some Razorback baseball, get the Red White Report, brought to you by UMS Health Ortho Now, and Birthdays Entertainment and all the other items of note.
Being on this show, Buzz, has opened up my, vision or span of sports that I'm now paying attention to.
You've gone from one to more.
Yes. And I really, really did not understand how awesome the Masters was until this go-around.
Really?
When I started learning about the history and I started learning about how they miss out on so much money, unlike other tournaments when it comes to advertising, commercials, because they want to control everything.
Yeah.
And they want to keep it all about golf. And I believe they said they only have a 4-minute break window in between each hour, which is insane when you have that many eyeballs on a TV screen. You could be making so much money. You don't see big advertising posters on every single hole like you do on these other big tournaments. They stay away from it because they want to keep it the way that it is. And a pass to go watch is still priced at $400 and something. Now, when people buy them and then resell them, it goes for much more. But I really just appreciated how they try to keep it all about the history of Augusta. And then I started watching the stuff with Rory walking in, I'm assuming, into the locker room once you become in that club. When he met, that was pretty special. I was like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah, when they go to Butler Cabin and do the post-round visit, it's pretty neat, and it's a cool moment. But anyway, I'm so happy for him, and I don't really think so, I guess. I don't think Rory really has a lot of detractors. But, maybe you're not as big a fan of him as you are of some other guys. Like some of the people that I was hanging out with yesterday were rooting for DeChambeau or one of the other guys to win. But I'm a big fan of Rory's and always have. I don't know what it is about him. I just like the guy. And it's amazing. He joins a very unique club, in fact, in that he went 11 years between majors. It's the longest drought between majors in history. There have been a few other guys who have done it, going all the way back to the 40s. Henry Cotton, Julius Boros, Hale Irwin, Ben Crenshaw had an 11-year gap between 84 and 95 at the Masters. Tiger Woods, of course, his 11-year drought. Lee Trevino went from 74 to 84, so he went 10 years. Ernie Els had a 10-year gap. So it's happened before where you have these longer gaps, but he joins a pretty elite group to go 11 years without winning the big one. And you think about the near misses he had along the way. It's a very interesting story. So this is his first Masters, and he pairs it with his one U.S. Open. He was the youngest person since the 20s, I think, to win the U.S. Open when he won in 2011. 2014 Open Championship, and then he won the PGA in 2012 and 2014. So kudos to him. And, again, 5 majors certainly puts him in a little different echelon, too. He's a couple behind Gene Sarazen. He is 4 behind Ben Hogan and Gary Player. Tiger's obviously way ahead with 10, and then you got Jack with 18. So Bobby Jones has 13 also, but he had a kind of a different – the original Grand Slam was the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open, the Open Championship, and the Amateur, which I don't know what the Amateur was or if that moved around or what the situation was. But in the modern Grand Slam, there's only a few guys that are ahead of him in the total number.
Tiger had 10?
Tiger had 15.
Okay, 15.
Yeah. Tiger won the Masters 5 times, U.S. Open 3 times, Open Championship 3 times, PGA 4 times. And the only other person that's won 3 or more of all of them is Jack. Pretty amazing. So it was fun. A couple of shout-outs. Do want to thank my friends Bryce and Ella. They had a Masters party. So there's a kit you can get from the Masters, and they send egg salad sandwiches, barbecue sandwiches, pimento cheese sandwiches, chips that are branded, cookies that are branded. The 24 Masters, it's got the cups and the whole deal. They had us over yesterday. We watched the Masters there with a big group of people. It was so much fun. But if you're looking for an excuse to throw a party, that's a good way to sort of, make things a little bit cooler and more unique.
I'm assuming interesting shipping to get it here. Keep all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess they I'm sure they pack it cold, and then you assemble the sandwiches actually yourself.
Gotcha.
But they send you all the pieces of the puzzle.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very neat deal. And then I want to tip of the cap to a new couple. Went to a wedding this weekend. I want to thank Chris and Tracy Peterson for getting me on the list. But Tyler and Blair Schreiner.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, Blair is their only daughter, and so she married a young man named Tyler Schreiner. He's a Nebraska native, but he's here now. And anyway, congratulations to them. So that was a good way to
country club, right?
Yeah, it was at Chenal.
Like a nice little olive green tone.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was real beautiful.
They did a great job.
Who did that wedding? Maggie Benton, I believe, helped plan that. She's a former Miss Arkansas.
Yeah.
But then your girl Blair, she's in the same little Greater Little Rock group with Ebony. So she's very excited about it. They talked about I won't get in. I'll tell you in break.
Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah. They talk about some wedding stuff, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Maybe we should wait till the break. Christian, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. Yeah, didn't do a whole lot, so it was nice.
Did you watch some NBA this weekend as the final pieces were put together?
I did. I think we got a good playoffs going on here.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, and then we'll get to our break and question of the day and all that. But the matchups are set now. Cleveland is the number 1 seed in the East, awaiting. Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, the play-in, we don't know who 1 and 2 are going to play. We know the rest of them, though. And we have a general idea. Yeah.
Right. Cleveland's a 1 seed. They're going to play a play-in team. Boston's a 2 seed. They're going to be a play-in against the play-in team. Then you got the Knicks and the Pistons, Pacers and Bucks.
Those are 2 really good series, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. Knicks and Pistons, phenomenal, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's outstanding. Western Conference, Oklahoma City's waiting on a team. I didn't realize Houston was the 2 seed, Christian. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, they're really young, too.
That's amazing. So they're both waiting on playing teams. They get the Lakers and Timberwolves, which should be extremely compelling.
Clips and Nuggets. Awesome also.
Yeah. Well, Nuggets, again, how have they played since they fired Malone?
They've won both games, but I don't know if that's because of them firing Malone or they just happened to win.
Played lesser competition.
Yeah.
So the Warriors are in the play-in. Couldn't avoid that. They will be the 7 seed against the Grizzlies. Of course, the Grizzlies are, moving on from their coach as well, or did.
Faltered a little bit down the stretch, too.
Yeah, and then the Kings and the Mavericks are the 9-10 matchup. So, yeah, it should be I think it's great. As somebody I would call myself a very casual NBA fan these days, I'm very, very intrigued about catching some of the playoff games.
Yeah, and
Warriors and Grizzlies play tomorrow real quick. That's the late game. The early game's Orlando and Atlanta. No offense, don't care that much.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday got Bulls and Heat, Kings and Mavericks. And then we'll see what happens after that. But it'll be interesting. So the Mavericks are in too. Again, they've had a lot of changes last year also. Did not fire their GM, but probably a lot of people think they should.
I'm going to go ahead and potentially offend some people, but I'm just asking Christian for maybe some clarification. So the Nuggets losing their head coach. Firing their head coach. Would it make that big of a difference, his absence in this playoff run? I just always seen at that level, I've always felt like coaches to a degree when you have a team full of superstars are more personality managers more so than the X's and O's. And,
right.
Maybe. What do you think?
It really depends. Is like, did the coach lose the locker room? And that's kind of the message we got out of Denver was that they tired of having Michael Malone as a head coach. They had just got tired of, like, he's a fiery guy and he was always yelling and stuff like that, and they got tired of it. So maybe he lost the locker room and they weren't playing as hard as they could, and maybe the new guy's a better fit now, at least. I mean, he'd been there for 10 years. It's like you see same people every day for 10 years. Sometimes it gets a little
old. Appreciate our buzz staff here today as I get sidetracked here. I'm watching Ralph and Chuck refill the cooler with Busch Light. And what has Chuck got there?
Looks like some seltzers,
maybe.
Some Trulies.
Okay.
Some Trulies.
Never seen that box before.
I also want to say can I do an early game ball?
Yeah.
To Tennessee. I think this whole Nico Iamaleava situation is, I think it could potentially be one of the best things.
A watershed moment, if you will.
For this whole NIL deal. I mean, I love the way all of that happened because I finally think it's going to bring to forefront the biggest issue with all this. And I'm super happy the way Tennessee did this thing and stood on business and did not budge and said, there's the door.
Tell people what happened, because a lot of people probably are not familiar.
Wow. I guess the Masters going on. Yeah. So, yeah, the standout
busy on the weekends.
Freshman quarterback sensation, 5-star recruit, one of the top quarterbacks, if not the number one quarterback coming out of that class, who went to Tennessee. Tennessee did great things, went to the playoff this year. Ended up, they had the first, from what we understood, holdout in college football, where their quarterback in spring training decided to want to renegotiate his NIL. Wanted to ask for $4 million in NIL, so did not show up to practice.
Was reportedly getting $2.5 million.
Yes, and so he decided not to show up to practice until the negotiations got figured out. A holdout. We've never seen it.
No.
And the coaching staff and I guess the administration at Tennessee said, there's the door. And then he ended up leaving. And if I go back and watch the tape, I mean, this dude was not, in my opinion, at all a dude who's in a position to want to even make $2 million.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Yep.
But then to ask for $4 million, and then I don't know where he thinks he's going to go to get that.
Nope.
I mean, there wasn't anything on tape. You got to think Tennessee was Tennessee because of their rushing attack. And they had a guy who tried not to make a lot of mistakes, but as far as dialing it up and being a game-changing type quarterback, maybe a couple years from now. But you saw once we had that defense and shut it down and made him be a quarterback against Arkansas, he struggled. He really struggled all over the place. And so they made him one-dimensional. Coach Williams did a great job and showed, in my opinion, why it is insane to me that he would ask for $4 million. But at the same time, I'm not surprised it happened with the way things are shaping up. And these kids think that they are worth more than what they're worth. And so I loved what happened. I think this is going to make a lot of kids now be like, oh, crap. Okay, let me maybe pipe down a little bit about, how I choose to proceed moving forward with this NIL money.
If you're making $2.5 million and you think it isn't enough, you really need to check yourself for sure.
And the people around you, like whoever his agent is, needs to be fired. Parents, too.
Yeah.
But I think we got the same parents. I mean, his brother's at Arkansas, I just thought that was very, very interesting, and I'm glad that it happened the way that it happened.
I am no fan of Feinbaum. You guys know that. But I saw him on Saturday as I was getting ready to go over and do Oaklawn Race Day, talking to the studio. And he said, good for Tennessee, basically. And he also said, the biggest problem is he's not that good.
Yeah.
Like you said. He said, I've asked around, and people are in the know. He said they've got him anywhere from 6 to 8 as far as the best quarterbacks in the league. Look, he's solid. He's to your point, he's got some great potential. But I don't even know that I would take him over Taylor Green right now.
No.
So what are we doing?
It's
and to your other point, nobody in hell is going to pay him more than $2.5 million.
Oh,
because the places he's going to end up aren't going to be as good as Tennessee, and they're not going to have that kind of money for a quarterback.
I'm very, very curious to see his career from here on out. I think that could potentially be a career damaging move and decision based off ego and getting advice from people who need to. I don't even know how to say that. I don't know. I thought it was beautiful, and I think it's going to help
the problem is
NIL moving forward.
Well, agents should know better. And again, I don't know how you know what the going rate is, or how you get information about what other guys are making at different schools. But I just cannot in my mind fathom with that performance that more than $2.5 million makes sense to anybody with a rational thought in their head.
No.
And his representatives failed him, and he failed himself.
Especially when you don't have the tape to support it.
Yeah.
It'd be different if this dude was doing stuff we've never seen before, and him on a roster would automatically put somebody in a conversation, a team or a program in for a national championship run. And I think he's solid. But like I said, their offense was solely based around that insane rushing attack, and not him. And I just, oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof. Let me hit some D3 Auto Sales text offerings. We'll get question of the day, and we'll get to the break. We got Trey Biddy coming up. Tennessee quarterback did the same thing Russell did to Arkansas, but Tennessee was smart enough to show him the door, unlike Arkansas. Not exactly.
Well, they showed Russell the door, and he went out, shop around, and figured out grass isn't always greener on the other side.
He came back through that door.
Yeah,
and welcome him. Yeah, he did.
I don't know if Nico's going to be able to come back.
They can't. I mean, when you decide to sit out spring practice and do a holdout, what are we doing?
I think he probably ends up like at UCLA or something.
I hope he ends up at
Oregon,
Tulsa
or something. Coffee, JUCO.
Yeah, yeah. I told Christian this guy says that when the Nuggets won it all, the clock started ticking on them firing the head coach. It's been the trend over the last few years. This person says A&M will pay him. No, A&M won't because they can't.
Yeah.
He can't transfer to an SEC school until the fall. And I don't think there's any chance that he's going to sit until fall and try to hope for a good landing spot at that point.
I just don't see what coach or if they have GMs. I mean, he's going to make less.
Yes,
I don't see. I don't see him matching what he made at Tennessee or making more anywhere. He'll make less.
It's like the Seinfeld episode. He goes, they were negotiating with NBC, and George's like, "We're going to hold out." He's like, "You're going to hold out?" And they end up going back to NBC, working for him for less money. He's like, "You held out for less?"
Yeah,
that's what he's doing. He's going to hold out for less. This guy says from the 501 that 24/7 says he's going to North Carolina. I would bet dollars to donuts he ain't making more than $2.5 million in North Carolina.
No.
What school is going to pick him up and what kind of reputation they're going to have for doing it? I don't think it's going to make the school look bad to take him if you get him at $2.25 or $2 million, but whatever. He says the name is I'm going to leave you. That's how we're going to pronounce it from now on.
Yep. And that's the thing, too. Say, North Carolina, I'm assuming they need something.
Their starter's Max Johnson.
That is the case. And I wouldn't say, like, hearing Tennessee's head coach press conference, I don't think Nico's a bad kid at all. The personality is there. This is where it's, in my opinion, more on the team around him. Because, usually he had so many good things to say about him. Thanks for what he did for university. And he put it more just on the landscape of college football. He didn't make it about the kid. And I think sometimes coaches can say things without saying things.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't do any of that. So I don't think the character of this kid is a problem. It's just a really, really bad look, in my opinion.
You know what? I think it's akin to the decision for LeBron. LeBron's not a bad guy. Mm-hmm. LeBron's obviously not a bad athlete. He's one of the all-time greats in any sport across the board. But he had a bad moment. It was a dumb idea to do the decision. The way he handled that was poor. And I think part of it is because he got talked into it by a bad representative who's a complete moron and a booger eater named Jim Gray. And that's what happened here. I think Nico just got bad advice from people he leaned on, and that was a mistake.
Does his brother have the same agent?
I don't know.
I would assume I would be shocked, right? Family.
I'm guessing Madden ain't asking for $2.5 million from Arkansas.
Not yet.
Can you imagine him going to Coach Petrino's office? I would love to see that.
First of all, you got to get your butt in the game to start. Let's start there because he's going to be sitting on the bench all year anyway. So unless old boy gets hurt.
So question today, I was trying to come up with something, and I thought about, because you sent me these golf clips, and I don't think golf's a great radio sport. Am I wrong?
You'd be surprised. I agree with what you're saying. In theory, it is not a good radio call or a good radio sport, but I will say the best in the business are really good at it. Watching the video of and listening to Mike Tirico's description of the final moments when he made the putt, and then describing perfectly him dropping to his knees, head in his hand, takes off his hat, throws his hat. Like, the description of it was beautiful. It can be more compelling. And then, like, when you go out to the course, there's a sense of urgency created, Christian, by the best in the business. When they're out there, he's like, here he is. He's got the wind in his face. And, they're speaking lowly. Mm-hmm. And, it does create a little bit of drama. But no, typically I would say you're right. It's a better TV sport. Would I rather listen to a golf broadcast or watch a golf broadcast with no announcers? It would be the latter for me because it is the beauty, especially with Augusta. But I will say that it's a little better than you would expect it to be.
So my question today is, what is the worst sport to listen to on the radio? So your options are tennis, soccer, hockey, or golf, unless you have another. Or you want to leave one open?
I think tennis. I don't think I've listened to tennis really on the radio, but I don't think that would be very good. I think
it's the worst. I think it's the worst.
Yeah.
Personally.
What are the other options? Soccer, what else?
Hockey. Hockey is just hard to do.
Hockey's hard to do on TV or radio. But there's such an energy with the hockey because it's constant motion, it's constant excitement.
I'm going to leave.
Yeah, okay. I think in my mind I'm thinking tennis, but that's a good question.
I'm going to go golf, tennis, soccer. I'm going to leave it open for other. And somebody can say curling or something, which is awful to watch as well.
Yeah, well, some people might say baseball. I think baseball on the radio is as good as it gets. So I love it.
It really is.
It might be my favorite thing to listen to.
I've heard some people say basketball, and I don't understand why. I think basketball is pretty good on radio. Better on TV, of course.
Yeah,
good on radio.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think basketball is constant motion too, constant energy. So I think basketball is really good. If you have a good play-by-play guy, it's really good. All right, it's 10:29. We're going to hit a break. We are at the Buzz Golf Tournament brought to you by our friends at Tito's Handmade Vodka, among others. And I'll make sure to mention all our sponsors as we go through the show today. And we appreciate you tuning in. And we'll be back in a moment at Burns Park Golf Course. Thanks to all our friends over here. Really good stuff. Mayor Terry Hartwick. Appreciate the Park and Recs Director, Kenny Stevens, Joe Ralston, and Steve Ralston, and Dustin McNaughton, who's the superintendent. Dustin, tip of the cap, my friend. Doing a hell of a job. The course looks phenomenal. It's a great day to be outside. Afternoon flight's full. Maybe you can get in our fall tournament. We'll be doing that in the not-too-distant future, too. So looking forward to a big day. Corky's is already on site. Going to be setting up lunch. We're going to smash some grub. We're going to enjoy the day. We're going to talk some more golf, courtesy of our friends at the Masters, too. Did you see Rory's payday, by the way? What did he get? 4 point. Let me get my eyeballs out here. I think it's $4.2 million.
Nice. Good day.
Justin Rose lost in the playoff. $2,260,000. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
How'd you do? Finish second. How'd you make out? Got over $2 million. Pretty good. Talk to Trey, Biddy on the other side in the zone on the Buzz. Stick around.
Justin and DJ are taking the zone up the road to Jacksonville, just off the James Street exit to Gwatney Chevrolet, broadcasting live this Friday. Stop by and see how James and the crew can help with your next vehicle purchase. The zone at Gwatney Chevrolet on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is Sports Center.
The wait is finally over for Rory McIlroy, who completed his career Grand Slam on Sunday afternoon by winning the 2025 Masters. He did so in a one-hole playoff against the Englishman Justin Rose as he birdied the 18th hole. It's Rory McIlroy's 5th career Grand Slam championship, and it's the first win in a major for him since 2014 when he won both the PGA Championship and the Open Championship. It's his 44th career professional win. The NBA wrapped up their regular season yesterday. The playing games begin on Tuesday. Orlando will play Atlanta for the number 7 seed in the East, and Golden State will play Memphis for the number 7 seed in the Western Conference. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
Is your yard ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way? At Acadi's Touch Landscaping, we make sure it is. Whether it's weatherizing your flower beds for the seasons ahead, building strong retaining walls to prevent erosion, or installing French drains to keep water where it belongs, we've got you covered. And when it's time to elevate your outdoor space, we build custom decks perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Call 501-794-2770 to transform your yard into a space you love, rain or shine. Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770, where we bring the green to your life.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and CertaPro knows how important your home is to you. That's why they're focused on helping you bring fresh color to your home. You can trust CertaPro Painters to get the job done right, even in those hard-to-reach places. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Spring into big bloomin' wins at Southland Casino Hotel. Earn entries in April to win your share of up to $100,000 in free play or a 2025 GMC Denali Sierra on April 26th. On Fridays, play Take It or Leave It for your share of $215,000 in free play. Saturdays through April 19th, win $1,500 in free play every 15 minutes. Big wins and a brand new Denali. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams. You like what you hear? Well, check out our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Some wind up in the Hall of Fame. Some go down in the blaze of glory. Some people never ever make a name, but change the game in someone's story.
He's had his finger on the pulse of Arkansas sports more than anyone else. You've heard him on Drive Time Sports for years. Now, he's bringing his talents to The Zone also. He's Trey Biddy of Hogsports.com. He's brought to you by Tire Town, Pointe-S and Benton, carrying all the top tire brands. There's no stress with Point-S. Check them out at PointeStire.com.
Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. You handle the lights if there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my
Hey, 10:35 back here at Burns Park. Corky's in the house. It's about grub time. It's exciting. It's also spring football time. We're going to head up to the hill, talk to our buddy Trey Biddy. Good Monday, my friend. How are you?
How's it going? What are you guys doing at Burns Park?
We have the Buzz Golf Tournament. So we do a spring tournament over here, and then on in the fall we do a tournament on the south side over in Little Rock at Rebsamen. So it's just a really inexpensive day.
That's the tournament that I never get invited to, and I only find out about when you guys talk about it on the radio because you're there.
Here's the problem. You're a little busy. You're a little busy most of the time, and certainly in the fall. But if you want to come, you're welcome. You got an open invitation.
Yeah, that's what Randy tells me every year, and when I find out day of.
Okay. Well, when we put it on the calendar, you'll be the first to know. Listen, I just didn't figure you want to drive all the way down here and play golf. I don't even know how much of a golfer you are, and that's what I was going to ask you anyway. How much of a golfer is Trey Biddy?
An avid golfer. I also heard you guys slamming tennis on the radio when you never even heard it before.
Oh, I've heard it.
It goes.
That's all you hear the entire time.
Fair. I love tennis. I don't know that I want to listen to it on the radio.
Tennis too. It's just not a great radio sport.
I agree.
Okay. All right. So, you just went to see a show last week, and we were going to get an update. How did that go?
Oh, Theo Vaughn. It was hilarious. Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
It was great. Yeah.
How is he? I've never seen him really do much stand-up.
Well, the first thing he opened with is like, y'all had never seen me walk before. Because, it's always podcast, that you usually see clips of and stuff. But normally, like when I watch shows that I like that are like guy shows and stuff, and I watch them like with my wife, for some reason they're not funny, when she's next to me. And I'm like, yeah, it's not funny. But she laughed hysterically, and everybody we were with. So I take that as it was pretty good. But yeah, there was crying, laughing moments for sure.
Oh, a crying, laughing. Well, give me like something. Give me just give me a tidbit.
Well, let's see. I mean, there were a lot of stuff that you just don't say that he can say, so it's kind of difficult for me to.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get you canceled real quick.
Yeah,
Trey. Yeah.
Yeah, I might pass on that, but
maybe we should shut up and dribble. Let's get into sports then. Okay, is that what you want to do?
All right, yeah, let's do that.
We're okay with that. All right. Well, tell me about it. How'd the weekend go? What was going on up there this weekend?
Yeah, 101 play
scrimmage.
Yeah, 101 plays. They didn't do any of the second team. I think they had some guys banged up here and there. Or excuse me, they didn't do any of the third team. Yeah, only 101 plays. Yeah, I can remember, DJ, when you were up there with Petrino. I mean, there'd be 176 plays and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
There was a lot.
Those are awful.
Yeah. So, but only 101. And maybe that partly is just, not wanting to do, I guess, more and more you see teams not doing as much live tackling, but Arkansas is still doing more than other teams. I've heard there are some teams out there who are doing just basically none, which, Pittman makes a good point. If you're a second-team linebacker, how are you ever going to challenge for the first-team job if they won't let you tackle? So they do some tackling. They got away pretty injury-free. Braylon Russell did go down with a knee. I'm told it is a sprain. So his spring is done, but he should be fine in time for camp and well before that. But that was a little bit of a scary moment. But he's fine. He only had like a couple of carries in the scrimmage, so it went down pretty early. But overall, I thought I didn't think it was a great scrimmage for the offense. Now, you look at the numbers, and you'll see Taylon Green was like 15 of 21 for 173 yards, 1 interception. I just didn't feel like they moved the ball and scored. His numbers might have been fine, but they were getting stopped when they were driving the ball. There was a period where it's a little under 2 minutes to go in the game. The defense has 2 or 3 timeouts. The offense has to keep the ball. For some reason, they threw on second down, and Taylon Green took a sack. Now, sacks, it's important to note, are when somebody gets close to the quarterback, right? There were also times that you had Taylon Green scrambling, early whistle. He has the ability to break off long runs and break tackles. So you have to account for that too. But Taylon took a sack from Xavier Sori, and then the next play, they're in third and, pretty long, and he throws it again, and Sori picks him off. And this is a situation where the offense basically needs to just get a first down. Basically just needs to get a first down and didn't do it. So that drive stood out to me because I thought overall the defense had the better day. And that hasn't been what I've thought of the Arkansas defense so far. I thought the offense has been, well ahead of the defense. I look at the defense, I'm like, well, they need some help at defensive tackle, defensive end, linebacker, and safety. So that stood out to me. I felt overall that the defense had the better day. Madden Amaliava, I thought, had a good day, threw for 132 yards. The second team offense versus second team defense, I would probably give that edge to the offense. I thought they probably
safe to say, Trey, that Madden had a better weekend than Nico did?
Yeah, he did. That's crazy. I mean, man. And people are saying that Dan Lanning was the guy that tipped off Josh Heupel, that they're shopping him around. So, man, this NIL stuff is crazy. I see it too, because I think the Wild Wild West days are coming to an end, but it's not till after this year with all the crazy NIL stuff for quarterbacks and such. But that's pretty wild. But Madden Amaliava has got a lot of talent. He's got a really high ceiling, I think, and made some really nice throws on Saturday. I didn't think that Arkansas ran the ball particularly well. Now, the second team did. Rodney Hill broke off a long run. He had 5 carries for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. But with the first team, I didn't feel like they ran the ball that well. Mike Washington did have a really good run during that series where, they had to get a first down. He, kind of powered his way for 11 yards. And then, Taylon took that sack and then, threw the interception. But around the goal line, I didn't feel like they were getting a lot of push, like when they were running low red zone, starting off at the 6-yard line. Just felt like the defense was really holding strong. So I give the edge to the defense, even though you'll look at the numbers and, they look like they did fine, passing, 15 to 21 is not bad. Only 173 yards and 1 touchdown, no picks. Special teams wasn't very good. Field goal kicking. Now he kicked some, Scott Starzak kicked some 50, 51, 54 yarders that he missed. He also missed, I think, a 37-yarder. He was like 2 of 5 or something on field goal tries. Didn't have a very good day.
Trey, who do you think when it comes to this team, is it an offensive team or a defensive team? I go back to when we practiced back in the day, and you talk about, defense won the day or defense is a little ahead. I know this, and I know our defense hated it. Our practices were always catered for the offense to do well, always. Yep. And our defense couldn't stand it. I mean, if offense didn't have a good day, we would almost start practice over again. And we knew the looks, we knew everything. What is it like during spring ball? Is it offensive oriented or defense, or would you say pretty balanced?
Yeah, well, I can remember back in those days, wherever the quarterback went, the whole team seemed to just kind of flow to whatever direction he was on the field. I would say it's more balanced this year. The structure of it feels a little bit different for sure. But this team is stronger on offense despite what we saw on Saturday. They still need some work on defense. I mean, I think that, and again, you've got a guy like Taylor Green whose legs are a big part of the equation, and you basically wipe that out with an early whistle, so you have to factor that in. I just think that this team is going to be involved in some high scoring affairs.
Trey, something Coach Kelly talked to us about last week was he had a quarterback. It was Freddie Knight back in the day before he went to Arkansas State that liked to run around a lot. And he had games, he said, even games, not just practice, where he made him stay in the pocket and said, you cannot run. You must make decisions. Either throw the ball to somebody or throw it away. Does Arkansas do any of that in practice, knowing that Taylor is, obviously happy to lean on his legs a little bit?
No, I mean, generally, he's going to try to stay in the pocket until – he looks around and there's nobody open, and then he'll take off. In scrimmage situation, they do more like read option type of stuff, where, they'll still blow an early whistle, but they want him to make the right read, when to keep, when to hand it off and stuff. But no, I don't think that they're doing, they could be, I guess I could ask if they ever do that, but I don't think that they are.
I would be surprised, because you got to think, as much as you would like him to rely on the arm first and not always think the legs. I mean, I think too many good things happen, and sometimes bad, when he uses his legs. I mean, look at Isaiah Sategna's touchdown against, what was that deep ball? Auburn, I believe. Taylor got out of the pocket, expended the play with his legs, and then that one to Tesla against Texas A&M, getting out of the pocket. And so it's almost like the receivers have to practice it, just in case, he breaks out of the pocket where they need to be an option for him down the field.
And also practicing keeping your eyes downfield and not dropping your eyes. Yep. That's definitely a quality you need to have in your arsenal.
End of the year, I would say last 3 to 4 games, Taylor Green compared to where he is now at spring ball, how much more of an improvement, or do you feel like he's kind of still in the same area?
Yeah, I think he's improved, and I think he's a better runner than that knee limited him. He was not the same runner as he was before that knee injury. So having that back, that ability to take off like that, I think, first of all, makes him better. But also, I do think that this is a vastly improved offensive line from where it was last year. And last year they were subpar. I think that they're going to be an above average unit this year. I think that'll improve him as much as anything. But, just talking with Bobby Petrino, he says he's making decisions quicker. He's not holding on to the ball like he has in the past. I mean, the scrimmage didn't reflect all of those things to me, but I think overall throughout the spring, he's a better quarterback than he was at the end of last year.
Who are you worried about switching gears when it comes to spring ball? Who would you not be surprised if they're not a Razorback after the spring game?
Ooh.
Well, I mean, anybody who I used to never answer these questions, but I will because this is the climate that we're in. But I look at the defensive line, and I think the numbers are where they need to be, but I don't think that they have enough guys. So, you know, I'd be looking at guys that have been on campus for a few years who haven't contributed or don't look like they are going to. You know, maybe like a J.J. Hollingsworth, who's a redshirt junior who hasn't really played. Caleb James, redshirt sophomore. You know, those guys haven't really played a whole lot. You know, and Shamar Easter, who had a punt block, by the way, you know, where does he fit in really? Because I look at the numbers at wide receiver, which is where he's at right now, and they have a surplus at wide receiver. They have too many wide receivers on scholarship right now. So I look at that position.
I saw Shamar Easter repost on Instagram. Where's Dow Loggins at?
Appalachian State.
Yeah, I saw him repost something on Instagram of their spring practice that Coach Loggins posted. I know they're good buddies, but
Loggins was the tight end coach at Arkansas, so he recruited Shamar, tried to recruit him to South Carolina. But, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that those guys will for sure, but I look at guys that have been on campus a couple of years, you know, maybe going into their third year or going into their fourth year, and they haven't contributed a lot. Arkansas, assuming Jordan Anthony sticks to track, which it sounds like that's what's going to happen, I've got them at 86 scholarship players. And I feel like they need a defensive tackle, a defensive end, a linebacker, and probably a safety type. So, I mean, they have needs and they have too many people on scholarship. So,
if one of our offensive linemen were to go, which one do you think it would be?
Let's see. Let me look real quick. I would say I don't think that they need to lose any offensive linemen. So they've got the guys that they brought in plus Bubba Craig. That's 6 players that they brought in. You got Brooks Edmondson, who's your backup center. You just put him on scholarship. He's a former walk-on. Zuri Madison just in his second year. I don't know that they need any changes on the offensive line, DJ, because they have 15 on scholarship. To me, the ideal number of offensive linemen in an 85 scholarship limit would be 16. So if anything, they could add one. But they lost, I mean, the guys that transferred out, Addison Nichols, Josh Braun, Patrick Kudus, Ty Crawford, Amari Wiggins, all transferred out. Plus, Luke Brown took a medical hardship, and Josh Street moved on to the next phase of life. So that's 7 guys that, you know, aren't with the team who were on the team last year. So I don't think they need any more movement on the offensive line, ideally.
Trey, we got to run. I appreciate the time today, buddy. We will visit next week. And when are we done with practice? Are we?
Red-white
How much
game.
longer we got?
This Saturday, red-white game. Yep.
Okay. One more week.
And then Easter. You guys enjoy your golf tournament.
Yes, we will. We're not playing, and that makes you feel any better. We're watching others play. So,
all right.
But we'll talk next week, man. Thanks. Have a good week.
Just messing with you guys. All right. Talk to
I
y'all
understand.
later.
That's all good. And you're invited. All right.
Okay.
Trey Biddy brought to you by Tyretown Point S down in Benton. Appreciate them very much. Also appreciate our friends at Sanders Ground Essentials. Boy, you know who knows something about grass, my man? Sanders Ground Essentials. And obviously the superintendent over here knows his way around too. But, man, it's one thing they got in common. They make you look good, baby. 25 years for Sanders Ground Essentials. You want your lawn to look like Augusta National? 501-315-9395. I think I could be sued just for suggesting that you could make it look that good. But I will tell you this. For 25 years, Sanders Ground Essentials has been making lawns all over Central Arkansas look amazing. And I strongly encourage you to let them work on your lawn as well. Start their weed and fertilization program right now. It's not too late, but you should have started a little bit earlier. Just saying. With them on your lawn, you're going to be loving it more and mowing it less. That's a good thing. You take care of it, but they will treat it. You mow it and water it and all the other things, but they will make sure that it's got all of the nutrients it needs to grow up big and strong and better than all the other lawns in the neighborhood. They will do a professional soil analysis and give your lawn exactly what it needs to be the best that it can be. It is Sanders Ground Essentials for 25 years and running. Our friends at Sanders taking care of lawns all over the place. Still growing at Sanders Ground Essentials. Be back in a moment.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, if it doesn't involve fast horses, daily doubles, high fives, and corned beef sandwiches, you may be doing it wrong. Every weekend through May 3rd, Oaklawn has live thoroughbred racing. Whether your Oaklawn is cheering from the home stretch, dining in the Bugler restaurant, or raising a glass at the First Turn bar, your race day is whatever you want it to be. Make reservations today at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Shelter Agent Paul Killingsworth in Cabot, Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak, or Stephen Reeser in Jacksonville today.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood, and I've got big news for April. Don't worry about the tariffs because we don't have any tariff merchandise at Fletcher Dodge. I've got some great offers, so I hope you'll listen up to these great values. Here's the big one. $14,000 off on new Ram pickups. Yes, I did say $14,000 off, and when you come see us, we don't have any fluffed up MSRPs. That's off the real MSRP. Also, you can have at your choice. You can have 1.9% financing for 72 months. Wow, $14,000 or 1.9% financing for 72 months. Our Jeep sale was a huge success, so we're going to extend it through April. Listen up to this. Save $6,500 on new Wranglers and get our new Jeep Compass as low as $25,995. We're having that big sale also on our pre-owned. This is something we've never done before. Buy a used car and get a certified warranty at no extra charge. Come see us at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Whit Davis Lumber Plus is turning 72, and they're celebrating all month long. 72 years of service, selection, smiles, and most of all, you. And what's a celebration without a giveaway? But here's the catch. You have to stop by one of their 4 locations, Jacksonville, Cabot, Sherwood, or Greenbrier to get the details. Come on in, check out the deals, and be part of the fun. Whit Davis Lumber Plus, where the plus is service since 1953.
This Wednesday, join Drive Time Sports as Randy Rainwater broadcasts live from the all-new Eat My Catfish in Benton. Same location where it's always been, but with many updates that you will love. And the Buzz will be there to help celebrate Crawfest, a week-long celebration with all-you-can-eat specials as well as crawfish eating competition. It's happening Wednesday afternoon at Eat My Catfish in Benton.
You're back in the zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
Straps next hour as we welcome you back in from Burns Park Golf Course. 1 hour almost in the books. It is the Buzz Golf Tournament. Ralph and Chuck running around doing all the good things. You got the trophies out for those who play well today. Corky's Barbecue to everyone. That's like a door prize, DJ. Everybody gets some, including us. I'm really trying to do good, but I can't pass up Corky's at lunch. I just won't. I can't. I won't.
You smell that?
I smell it. Ooh, I love it. Saw Joe this weekend at a wedding. And I don't
Joe
think
was there?
Yeah. He's friends with the Petersons, too. I don't think that he was at the Hall of Fame deal, though. Hall of Fame, folks are going to get my game ball, too, a little bit later. We're going to do that about 11:30 today, so remind me of that. Question of the day, what's the worst sport on the radio? You can hit it on the Twitter, at DJ45 Williams, at CWeaver1037, at Justin Acri 7, yes.
Early returns, okay. Tennis is winning. I'm sorry.
Not surprised. This comes in on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Do you know if the Hogs have given up on Wilson as a possible QB?
Didn't we get this question?
I don't know. When I was up there watching practice, he is getting attention to the details. And so when I watch Coach P do his thing, if he has a guy come up and throw the ball, then move on to the next one, and doesn't say a word, that's when you need to start worrying. But when he starts, kind of getting after you, making you go back and pay attention to the details. I like how fast the ball comes out of his hands. He's an interesting one for me. Okay. Let's see what happens.
John Mark says, when the question starts with what is the worst, soccer is always the answer, no matter what.
Ooh, tomato.
So Iam Aliava's wanting the same money that Rory won winning the Masters. Great point. Hey, Acri, what do you prefer doing, play-by-play, football or basketball?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Football.
I think I like basketball better.
More fast-paced?
It's more fast-paced, but I love working with Chris and Steve, so football is a lot of fun. But I enjoy both a lot. But basketball's faster. It's enjoyable. I don't know what the most boring to listen to, but volleyball and softball is great to watch, says JW. Oh, you like that little beach volleyball for that? You like that action, don't you, J-Dub? You're not alone. Lots of people do. We're back here at Burns Park. Buzz Golf Tournament. Thank you, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Twin Peaks, Corky, Sonic, Michelob Ultra, and Old Shan Foundation Repair. Great sponsors for a great day.
Won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointstire.com.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
Save $600 on Hustler Turf Raptor Series mowers at Cabot Outdoors through May 31st. Hustler residential zero-turn mowers feature thick one-piece frame, welded steel decks for durability, and are powered by Kawasaki V-twin performance engines. Buy what the pros buy, where the pros buy. At your knowledgeable authorized Hustler dealer. Check out the Hustler Spring Sales event at Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street today. Offer valid through May 31st, 2025. Restrictions apply. See dealer for complete detail.
1037 The Buzz.
You know how I am. You guys know how I am. I don't forget anything.
Crushing all the competition.
So you can take that to the bank.
Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Conway police are investigating a deadly shooting at a park. 11 people were shot. 2 of them are dead. It happened around 8 last night near 5th Avenue Park. Police say there was a large gathering there when shots were fired, but they have not given any information about what may have led up to the shooting. Police have not released the names of the 2 people who died. The remaining 9 victims are at the hospital. We're told they're all considered stable. Investigators have not shared any possible suspect information. An executive order from Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders aims to help those recovering from recent storms. It provides relief by extending deadlines to file and pay for any tax return to July 31st. Also included the state income tax and pass-through entity tax. Fees for duplicate driver's licenses or ID cards are being waived. Vehicle registration deadlines will also be extended to the end of July in impacted counties. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Ahead of a cold front, we're going to have another warm day here in central Arkansas. Little Rock will warm up to 85 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy and breezy, a southwest wind around 10 to 20 miles per hour. As we hit the evening hours, the front begins to move through. It'll cloud up a little bit more with a slight chance of sprinkles overnight. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Roger Scott for Gravely Mowers. You know, when it comes to beautiful lawns, nothing cuts like a Gravely. When it comes to cutting prices, there's nothing like Gravely's biggest sale of the year, Mow the Distance. And this year, it's even bigger than ever. Because on March 17th through April 19th, you can save thousands of dollars with 0% interest over 48 months on all models. So hurry on down now to your local authorized Gravely dealer like Chapel Hardware in Pine Bluff or Triple C Sales and Service in Conway.
Spring has sprung in Arkansas, and the truck inventory at Gwatney Buick GMC is in full bloom. Now's the time to upgrade your trade, because the value of your current ride has sprung forward, and Gwatney's prices have rolled back during April's Daylight Savings.
Trade up to a new 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab and save up to $13,500 off MSRP. Call 945-4444. These daylight savings aren't permanent. The time to act is now. Kick your current high rates to the curb and get a 2025 GMC Sierra as low as 0.9%. Right now, let Gwatney Buick GMC lower your truck payment with new GMC Sierras starting at just $479 a month.
So set your watch to save during Gwatney Buick GMC's Daylight Savings. 5700 Landers Road next to Sam's in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Stock number 30976-31020. All offers accrue credit. Some offers require qualifying trade.
Proudly serving Little Rock and the surrounding areas, All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros is your trusted one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. We know that tire needs and auto repair services can be stressful and unplanned, but at All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer fast and simple financing for everyone. Whether you're looking for new tires or any kind of auto repair, we have your financing needs covered. Visit us in Mapleville or Little Rock today or online at allabouttireandbrake.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Chocolate lovers are going absolutely bananas over our new Bluebell Banana Fudge. Rich milk chocolate ice cream swirled with a scrumptious banana-flavored ice cream. Your favorite banana fudge bar, now in a carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Family Market grocery stores and Wright's Food Center in Glenwood.
Justin and DJ are taking the zone up the road to Jacksonville, just off the James Street exit to Gwatney Chevrolet, broadcasting live this Friday. Stop by and see how James and the crew can help with your next vehicle purchase. The zone at Gwatney Chevrolet on 103.7 The Buzz.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's going to audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
You ready? Let's go.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Like, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
The hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck.
Gibbler to the plate. Ball hit in the air. Deep left field.
Dogs win! Henry Hunter walks it off.
Yeah, it was a tough one to lose. You know, we didn't play good at all today, in my opinion. And win or lose, I was going to tell the team that I felt that way. I just don't think we played very well. I thought our at-bats were not as good as normal. I mean, the middle of the lineup didn't do much. You know, I think, Cam might have got a double, but 3, 4, 5, and 6 maybe got like one hit. Maybe hit one other ball hard. I don't know. It wasn't very many. And, that was disappointing. But we did again, fight back, tie the game with 1 out to go, and pretty exciting there for a couple innings. And we just didn't want Aiden to have to throw anymore. That was going to be his last hitter, whether he got him or not. And obviously, he didn't get him. So it ended up being a tough loss because we had it. We're within 1 out. They felt the same way probably in the 9th that they had it, and then we hit a home run and tie that thing up. But we learned a lesson a little bit. It's not over till it's over. Hopefully we'll be a little better going forward.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Well, Arkansas came back, in the 9th with 2 runs to force extra innings, but they ultimately lost in 12, and you heard the TV call there of the final call. And so Arkansas rarely loses a series, but they did in this case with Georgia. They won 1 of the 3 games. And, again, they were close throughout the weekend. 7-6 yesterday. You had 7-6 the day before. And Gabe Gackle had a little bit of trouble there. And we'll talk to Bubba about that. 5 earned runs in 2 innings. And then Zach Root had a decent outing as Arkansas won the opener 13-3. Hogs put up 7 in the top of the 9th, exploding for a 10-run victory. And Jimenez and Dylan Carter pitched well in relief. So, anyway, Arkansas falls to 32-5 now, 12-3 in the SEC. Not the end of the world for sure. And Dave Van Horn, you just heard him talking about some lessons learned. There he is on if any changes need to come for this team. And I think a lot of people are probably thinking what happens with Gackle. And we're going to talk to Gabe later this week. He's never shied away from any of that. But you got to assume when you get Gage Wood back in the mix, if you look at who's pitching the best right now, maybe Gabe is in the conversation. I don't know what their thoughts are, but here's Coach on what his thoughts are.
Well, the change needs to be we need to drive people in. I mean, you can't just change. You have to do a better job of driving people in. I mean, today we had guys out there. We ended up with 8 stranded. They had 3. They made 3 errors and had 2 catchers interference, so it says 5 errors. We had 1 on a pickoff, and that ended up costing us a run. When they got on, they scored. They had some home runs. But, the change needs to be we need to drive people in. A lot easier said than done, and our hitters have done a good job with it for most of the year. They didn't do a very good job the last 2 days. So maybe you just give Georgia's pitchers a little credit.
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about that in a second. By the way, 24 men left on base in the 3 games for Arkansas, 18 in the 2 one-run losses. So that is the ball game, to Dave Van Horn's point. Great call on his part. 5-4, the softball team wins against South Carolina to take that series. And, again, South Carolina is a top 10 team right now. And it was a pretty interesting game as they come back and win that one this weekend. 5-4, the final at Bogle Park. They had 1 out, leading 5-4 in the 7th. And runners on first and second. And a great defensive play by Robin Herron. Grabbed a line drive and then doubled up one of the runners for South Carolina to end the game. So Arkansas escapes. They will be back in action Tuesday. They're coming to Conway to take on UCA. Tomorrow, UAPB traveling up to Fayetteville to take on Arkansas. And the Hogs will get back to SEC action this weekend. Let's talk about all that right now with Bubba Carpenter.
It's time for The Zone, to be joined by former Razorback baseball player and current Diamond Hog color commentator, Bubba Carpenter. Bubba Carpenter is brought to you by Johnston's Home Center in Benton. Visit them on the web at johnstonsHomeCenter.com. Johnston's Home Center in Benton. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Now, let's play ball with Bubba Carpenter.
Well, I beat the drum.
Well, Bubba, Arkansas probably was not going to win every game or every series this year, but it sure is fun when they win most of them. But tough weekend this weekend, and Coach Van Horn really outlined it very nicely there, very succinctly. You got to get guys in. Arkansas had plenty of ducks on the pond and unfortunately couldn't bring them home this weekend on a regular basis in those 2 one-run losses. But welcome in, my friend. Happy Monday.
Appreciate it, fellas. Yeah, it was a frustrating weekend. I mean, but here's the good thing. The sign of a good team is a team that cannot play well and still win games. And even though we didn't win Saturday and Sunday, we were one pitch, one swing, away from sweeping that series, to be honest with you. And we really didn't play well. And we've got some key pieces missing. So, I mean, you got to take the positive part out of it, look from it, and say, look, we're really close, and we're a really good team to go in there to Georgia. And really, we should have won the series. I mean, we're just one pitch away. Jimenez made one bad pitch, and that one pitch got hit to the wall. And, I mean, that's baseball, boy. It can rip your heart out sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. So Coach was asked about changes, and he did talk about strictly getting guys home, and leaving guys on base. How about from a pitching standpoint? Anything concerning with what you saw from Gackle? He's been very up and down so far. Again, he's our guy. We root for him here, and he's on with us every week, and I appreciate him coming on. He's great about facing the music regardless of what kind of outing he had. But any concerns with what's going on with him or anybody else on the staff?
Yeah, I'm worried about Gackle. He's just not getting it done. They've been really patient with him. He shows signs of the old Gackle from last year. And, but boy, it feels like he's 3-2 on every hitter. And the hitters that he's not 3-2 on, he's 0-2 and he makes a mistake and leaves the ball over the middle of the plate and gets hit. He's just kind of scuffling right now, and it's just inconsistent. Mm-hmm. The stuff is there. It's just really about location and putting hitters away. Getting 2 strikes on a lot of guys and just can't finish them off. Unfortunately, it looks like they're probably going to make a change in starting rotation and throw someone else in there on a Saturday. And, it might be a good thing for Gackle, though, to take on a different role. Think how great he was last year as a freshman coming out of the pen, closing out games. Came in with his hair on fire. Pitched with a little bit of an edge, a little bit of and just, he really dominated last year out of the pen. So maybe it'll be good for him. Just something different, a different role. And then, once he gets it going again, maybe slide him back into the starting rotation.
Yeah. Any update on Gage Wood yet, Bubba? Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I think he's going to be ready for this weekend. Now, he'll probably be on a limited pitch count, but I believe he's going to be ready. By all accounts, everything's going well, and hopefully we'll see him this weekend.
Anybody else you think that might figure in the starting rotation if they do, in fact, decide to move Gackle to the pen?
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of options, Justin. I think, one thing you could see happen, and Jimenez would be, an obvious pick for a guy that could roll into that Saturday rotation. The problem with putting Jimenez out there is he's really valuable following Root up on Friday. That's always a tight game. Typically, those are the tightest games. It's nice to have him following Root up. I think they complement each other really well. So that's the only thing. And then if he doesn't throw a lot of pitches on Friday, you can bring him back on Sunday. So, Jimenez can almost kind of say he can almost win you 2 games on a weekend.
Yeah.
And that's the only downfall to bringing him in. Another thing you could do is, I know when they brought Brady Tigert back last year, they brought him in, they put him in as a starter and said, okay, today you've got 30 pitches in your rehab coming back. And they could do that with Gage. They could go throw Gage in there on Saturday and say, hey, look, you got 30 pitches. That way everything's controlled. He's got plenty of time to get loose, do his routine, and he can come in a game, throw, get to his pitch limit, and then come out. And then the next week, okay, you got 60 pitches or whatever the pitch count is. I don't know how whatever his pitch count is right now in his rehab. So don't really know, but they've got options. Dylan Carter's and other guys look really he looked great over the weekend. He threw 2 innings, 5 strikeouts, didn't give up a hit. I mean, Dylan looked really good on the weekend. I don't know that he hasn't started probably since high school, but and he might have started a Tuesday game.
He started in JUCO, I know some, Bubba. So it's not. It wouldn't be too out of the ordinary, too wild a decision to move him in there. I think he's a guy I'd like to see more from. He's 4-0. He's not throwing a ton of innings, of course, But, he's averaging over a strikeout an inning, and he's been very effective, like you said. So, yeah, I think he might be a guy that would be an interesting one as well. But we'll see what they decide to do there. But, yeah, it would be great to get Gage Wood back, regardless of what you decide to do with the rotation, I would think. So, and do you see him sliding into Saturday, or do you think maybe he goes to Friday, or what do they do with that, you think, if Gage is fully go?
I think they put him on Saturday. I think they like Zach Root on Friday. I think he's proved that he's earned that Friday start. He's done well. I mean, he's done great in that Friday role. And so I think Gage would slide into Saturday, and then that way you're splitting up your lefty, righty, lefty instead of going, back-to-back lefties. I think it's better to bring that righty in on a Saturday. If not, you've got guys like Colin Fisher, even Gibbler, Cole Gibbler. He could be a guy that will eventually be a starter, but then you got three lefties going back-to-back, and you don't want that, because as a hitter, believe me, you see three lefties in 3 consecutive days. It gets, they kind of all start to morph together, even though their stuff plays different. It starts to morph together, so you really don't want to do that. But I could see Gage coming in and starting on a Saturday and getting a few innings, and then I just don't know. Talk to Hobbs, so I don't know how many pitches he's been throwing in his bullpen sessions, but they say they've been going really well, and hopefully he'll be ready to go this weekend.
Talking to Bubba Carpenter, if you're just tuning in, thanks to Johnston's Home Center down in Benton. Mayor Hartwick in the house. We're here in North Little Rock. We get the Buzz Golf Tournament today, Bubba. I don't assume that you're taking a lot of time for golf during baseball season. Probably a little covered up.
Well, I wish I had more time. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't played. I can't remember the last time I played. Are you playing in it?
No, we're just watching the people that are good at golf do it, kind of like yesterday. Watched Rory. Although I would have been happy to play in the Masters. They didn't invite me. It's okay.
So I had a tournament this weekend, and I didn't get to see any of the Masters. The Masters, I'm not, Justin, you know me a little bit. I'm not good at sitting still on a Sunday. And so for me to sit and watch a golf tournament, it's hard for me. Sunday at the Masters is the one day that I'll actually sit there and watch golf. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And I didn't get to do it. We were playing all day yesterday, so I missed it. But it was good. I was good to see Roy win that. Rory.
Yeah, Rory. Yeah, Bubba. Let's be real. I mean, you're not good at sitting still on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday either. So that ain't really your jam.
Yeah. Well, good point.
Okay, so again, pretty comfortable with everything offensively, Bubba. I mean, again, like you said, maybe not a couple of timely hits, but don't anticipate a lot of change come. I mean, again, you can't reinvent the wheel over, a tough weekend against a really good team like Georgia, right? I mean, you feel good about everything else?
Yeah, I do. I mean, the middle of the lineup didn't hit very well this weekend. I mean, you look at Iredale, he was 2 for 13, Maxwell 2 for 13 on the weekend. They came up in some big situations. I honestly watching the replays, Iredale they pitched him really tough this weekend, and he looked frustrated. He looked kind of caught in between, late on the fastballs, early on the off speed. I think they're both going to be fine. I think they just pitched them really well. I mean, you look at Georgia, they're good for a reason. I mean, they're real offensive, but then at the same time, they got some dudes that can throw it. And, I'm not concerned yet. If we go into this weekend and struggle a little bit. By the way, A&M, I don't know if you watched what they did this weekend to South Carolina. They tore South Carolina up this weekend. They scored a ton of runs, and so they're starting to get hot. They're coming off a sweep, so we'll see what happens Thursday when they come to town. But they're playing a whole lot better right now.
You like Thursday, Saturday, or Friday, Sunday series better?
Yeah, I'm a Friday, Saturday, Sunday guy. For me, it's hard to beat Friday night at Palm Walker. It really is. When the weather's nice, big Friday night series, you got the Friday night guys going. There's a different feel about that. I don't get that same feeling when we roll out on a Thursday night.
Gotcha. Weather this week, it looks pretty good. Tomorrow's going to be cool. We got UAPB coming to town, and we'll see what Arkansas decides to do there. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Got some potential rain in the forecast for Saturday. I don't know if they're going to switch things around, but Thursday looks fantastic. 80 degrees and should be pretty good there. So we'll see. Hopefully the weather cooperates. But and then we'll see what happens with the pitching rotation. Arkansas now in second all alone behind Texas in the standings at 12-3, and Tennessee close behind 11-4. Georgia now 10-5 along with LSU. So Tigers moving up a little bit. Did get swept this weekend. So interesting happenings in the SEC. Auburn has a good run going here. They won 5 in a row. We mentioned A&M. They've won 6 in a row now. And so things yet to shake out. Here's the one constant, though. Missouri sucks. So cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got that going for us, which is nice.
Yeah. You see rundown you just did. And I think if Missouri was going to win a game, they'd have won it this weekend. They might. I don't even know if South Carolina's on their schedule. They could get a win against South Carolina if they play. I don't think they play them this year, though. But, they could be the first team to go 0-30 in the SEC. But, it was the sweep of LSU was real surprising. Texas, they won 2 or 3 at Kentucky, but they were all close games. They're all close 1-2 run games. And so, Texas didn't look that great over the weekend. Tennessee took 2 or 3 from Ole Miss, but they kicked the ball around a lot. They won yesterday 10-8. At Ole Miss, they made 4 errors. They tried to give the game to Ole Miss, and Ole Miss just didn't take it. You watch Tennessee play, and they're sloppy at times. I mean, they kick the ball around a little bit. Their pitchers don't hold runners on well, and so Tennessee's not. We're a better team than Tennessee. Let's just put it that way. So I'm looking forward to that series also.
Absolutely. I'm going to be up there for the Thursday game for sure, if not more. But, Oklahoma's left the Missouri schedule. They've got Bama. They've got Georgia. They've got A&M. So not an easy finish. And then they've got one off against Mississippi State here. I'm looking on the SEC website. 2 games against Missouri or against A&M and then 1 against Mississippi State. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Am I crazy? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked.
I'm going to look it up.
I don't keep up with Missouri, really, to be honest with you, Justin. On my list of priorities, Mizzou doesn't fall on that list.
Well, if you're keeping up with Missouri, you're not doing very well. So this is a scheduling oddity or a mistake. So they play A&M the next to last series, and then I guess the SEC website I was looking at was looking in the wrong place. Then you got Mississippi State the last 3, so they're playing Mississippi State at the end of the year. Texas A&M in the series before that. They might have a shot to get 1 in there somewhere along the way. But, Georgia didn't look easy. Obviously, Bama's pretty darn good. Oklahoma's ranked. So, good luck.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them to get a win. Someone's going to have to forfeit, I think, for them to go win.
They did lose to Florida 3-2 in 7 innings. So, who knows what could have happened if they had played a full game there. But
so
anyway.
They were close.
They were.
It's
close to a win,
battles, right?
Horseshoes, hand grenades, and Missouri baseball. You know what I mean? You got to take what you can get there. So, all right. Well, listen, man, I appreciate the time, and we'll talk again soon here, and we will hope for a better result next weekend.
All right. Thank y'all having me. Go Hogs.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. That is Bubba Carpenter, brought to you by our friends over at Johnston's Home Center in Benton. It is 11:25. We'll do game balls and jock straps on the other side. Before we get the break, Christian, let's play that last little bit we got from Dave Van Horn talking about the Hogs. This is Coach on his bullpen. Again, we do expect some pitching changes this week. What it looks like, we don't know, but we're all going to find out together. Here's Dave Van Horn.
The bullpen did a great job of giving us the opportunity to climb back in it, and we did. But we had a chance to score early. We should have had the lead in the 7th inning. They tried to hand the game to us in the 7th. Didn't catch a ball at first. Got a run in, tie and run at 3rd. Go ahead, run at 2nd. We got our 3-hole hitter up, and we don't make contact, and that was kind of tough to swallow. But then we did a nice job of hitting 2 homers in the 9th to tie it. But I felt like we should have the lead. Thought it was me and you, baby, me and you until the end, but I guess I was wrong. Don't wanna think about it, don't wanna talk about it. I'm just so sick about it. Can't believe it's ending this way. So confused about it, and the blues about it.
It's your Racer Hog update on Out of Bounds as Joe and Wes update you from the hill. Presented by Bradford Marine and ATV. It's fishing season. Shop online at bradfordmarine.com.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas baseball dropped their first series of the year this weekend, losing 2 out of 3 against Georgia on the road. The Razorbacks won Game 1 13-3 on Friday before losing Game 2 Saturday 7-6 and losing Game 3 yesterday 7-6 in 12 innings. Sunday's loss was not short on theatrics as Arkansas trailed by 2 entering the 9th inning before 2 solo home runs from Ryder Helfrich and Vahiva Aloy tied it up. In the 11th inning, Arkansas took a 6-5 lead, but Georgia hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the inning to walk it off. After the game, Coach Dave Van Horn talked about the loss.
So it ended up being a tough loss because we had it within 1 out. They felt the same way probably in the 9th that they had it, and then we hit a home run and tie that thing up. But we learned a lesson a little bit. It's not over till it's over. Hopefully we'll be a little better going forward.
Next up for Arkansas is a game against Pine Bluff tomorrow. First pitch is set for 6. Radio coverage can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
At Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville, we're making your next vehicle more affordable than ever. We're paying the sales tax on every Gwatney Guarantee pre-owned vehicle. Each one passes a 172-point inspection and comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, giving you peace of mind at no extra cost. And don't wait on our remaining 2024 models, including Silverados and Tahoes, starting at just $57,990. When the lot clears, the savings disappear. Come see us at Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Johnston's Home Center in Benton is your one-stop shop for everything around your home. Save on ranges and cooktops, microwaves, grills and barbecues, washers, dryers, refrigerators, freezers, ice makers, trash compactors, bedding, recliners, sectional sofas, vacuums, and more. Outside your home, save on zero-turn mowers, leaf blowers, saws, and sprayers. All of this under one roof inside Johnston's Home Center in Benton off Military Road. Remember, if they don't have it at Johnston's, you probably don't need it. Save $600 on Hustler Turf Raptor Series mowers at Cabot Outdoors through May 31st. Hustler residential zero-turn mowers feature thick one-piece frame, welded steel decks for durability, and are powered by Kawasaki V-twin performance engines. Buy what the pros buy, where the pros buy. At your knowledgeable authorized Hustler dealer. Check out the Hustler Spring Sales event at Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street today. Offer valid through May 31st, 2025. Restrictions apply. See dealer for complete details.
This is Justin Acri with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
The Zone has a little bit of everything. Looks, DJ Williams. Confidence, DJ Williams. Athletic ability, DJ Williams. Brains, Christian Weaver. Oh, and Justin Acri is on the show, too. Now, let's get into the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio and see what the guys have for us today.
I was so high, I did not recognize.
We will be doing game balls and jockstraps momentarily, but also want to let you know we're going to be on the road this week on Thursday. Get away from me, Hoka. On Thursday with our friends over at UAMS Ortho Now. So we're going to the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital on Thursday doing the show over there. But if you're having any kind of orthopedic problem, you don't have to wait until Thursday to get taken care of. It's a walk-in clinic now, so it's really fantastic. They've always had, obviously great doctors and great service, and they're able to get you an appointment if you call 501-686-TOSH at their facilities. But it's 501-686-8674. But now they've got a walk-in clinic, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you come out here maybe and you're playing the Buzz Golf, you're like, oh, tweak my back. Oh, stepped on a rock and slipped and jacked up my ankle, DJ, twisted the knee, whatever it is.
You got to get that looked at.
You're playing too hard, first of all.
You're doing way too much.
Yeah, but 8 to 8, Monday through Friday, you can just walk up in there and they'll take care of you. Saturday from 8 until noon. And again, it's conveniently located right off 630 at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. So don't live in pain. Go get looked at today at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at Ortho Now. A walk-in clinic for all your orthopedic needs. Doesn't matter if you get hurt at work or weekend warrior stuff or whatever you're doing. Get you squared away. All right, let's do it. Game balls, jockstraps.
Game balls and jockstraps are brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscape. Josh Dickinson is a former PGA caddy, so he knows what good grass looks like. If you'd like to take your yard to the next level, then hit up Josh and his crew at A Caddy's Touch Landscape. 501-794-2770. Call today.
All right. Game ball to the staff here. I was just talking to the pro, Steve Ralston, and great job, Burns Park. I mean, obviously the rain has helped, but the superintendent, Dustin, deserves a ton of credit. Appreciate the whole staff out here. They really do a great job, and people seem to be having a good time this morning, and the guys are loading up on lunch here. So game ball to everybody involved in the Buzz Golf Tournament, including our friends at Tito's Handmade Vodka. Thanks, Mac and company. Mayor Hartwick stopped by the facility a minute ago. Appreciate him coming by. But we're going to have a great time today, and game ball to everybody associated. Appreciate Chuck and Ralph and Trey and everybody who got out early to set up. So good crew, getting it done. Game ball, the Cubs won their series with the Dodgers after getting trounced over in Japan to start the season. Cubs do a little bit better. This time it was in L.A., though. Cubs were on the road and got it done, so kudos to them. They are atop the Central standings to start the week. I mentioned them earlier. Yep.
I was going to say, beat them 16-0 on Saturday.
I loved that. I loved it. One more time for Tyler and Blair Schreiner, the happy wedded couple. I don't know when they're going on their honeymoon, but hopefully it is. I like it when you can go right away. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way with.
It's not the night of.
Well, I mean, a lot of people go the next day.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're leaving right away or not. Anyway, congratulations. They've done a beautiful wedding. Did a phenomenal job. The color of my pants today, DJ, you can't really see.
Same as their wedding.
Yeah, it was.
Is that on purpose?
No, it just happened that way. I was actually wearing these sort of in honor of the Masters, but the green they had and the setup they had at Chenal was absolutely stunning. And phenomenal job by Chenal, by the way, if you're looking for an event space. They did a great job with the staff and really good job. Anyway, it was fun. Really cool deal. Game ball to all the Arkansas Sports Hall of Famers, and kudos to Terry Condor Johnson and the board did a great job. I know Sharon Vogelpohl was coming in as the new president, and kudos to Rodney Peel for doing his job. But, man, great group, and the speeches were fantastic. Felix did not tell the story about getting tackled.
He probably forgot.
Well, he was having himself a time. His wife was trying to keep him buttoned up. But Sterner was great. He was the nightcap. He was the final speaker of the night, and he got us in our feels, and he was really good. I thought Greg Hatcher's speech was great. Bev Lewis was really good. I mean, she's a real trailblazer, man. She's a great story, but really it was very impressive and pretty fantastic. So kudos to all of them and a game ball. And then a game ball to the Trojans and the Golden Lions. I was going to check Arkansas State. I forgot to look. I'm going to look now. But both the Golden Lions and the Trojans got sweeps this weekend in baseball. Okay. So while Arkansas struggled a little bit over at Georgia, obviously it was a tall order. Great job, Chuck. Kudos to those guys. That was fantastic. I'm so happy for Coach Stout. I know he's trying to get things headed the right direction.
He is.
Hung out with Chris Robinson this weekend. Talked to him and his lovely wife quite a bit. He was looking sharp.
Okay.
Now, they color coordinated. Do you do that when you and Eb go to a wedding? You guys color coordinate?
I don't on purpose, but see, it happens.
Yeah. Well, he was wearing a blue seersucker, and she had on like a blue dress, almost like a light denim colored.
Ooh.
And they were looking sharp together. But he's a great dude, and his wife was very kind and sweet. So, anyway, that was cool to see them. But, yeah, good weekend for the Golden Lions all around and the Trojans, too. And we're actually going to talk to Jackson Wells at the bottom of this next hour at 12:30 about his win and the sweep of Morehead State.
Nice. I'll piggyback a game ball from that wedding with you. Shout out to former Miss Arkansas, Maggie Benton. That's now the second time she's had a wedding there where it's just been wow.
Yeah.
She does a really good job.
The baller.
I'll do a game ball to Tennessee for standing on business and being okay, letting their starting quarterback walk out the door. And then on the flip side of that, a jockstrap to Nico. I can never pronounce his last name right.
Imaleava.
To his whole team. I mean, I just think that was handled poorly, and but in a good way. I hope this does kind of spearhead the movement of getting this NIL stuff figured out. I don't like rooting against anybody, especially young men at the college level who are trying to do special things. So I'm very curious to see where he bounced back. But I hope this doesn't turn into something that really hurts his career. Just hate the whole situation. And then I got another jockstrap, not to take it to a dark place. I just hate seeing young talent, life in short, the whole Karen Lacey situation, the former LSU receiver who got himself into a little bit of trouble. Once again, was in a bad spot, wrong time, made a very, very poor decision, ended up losing his life. I hate seeing that happen to young men with so much promise for the future. Christian?
Yeah. I'm going to give a game ball to John Silva, if that doesn't ring a bell. That's the guy that beat down Bryce Mitchell this weekend. Good job.
Oh.
Good guys win. And then game ball to the NBA. We got some really fun matchups. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Bucks Pacers. Giannis may have to go crazy, but Giannis has been going crazy lately. So I think they're like 15-3 in their last 18 or something. Knicks Pistons. Pistons could seriously win that series. They're an underdog, but that could be a fun one. Lakers Wolves will be really fun. Clips Nuggets. I think the Clippers may actually get the Nuggets in that one. And then we could get Rockets Warriors, and that's like the young team versus the really old team in the Warriors, and they play a little bit of contrasting styles, so that'll be fun. Jockstrap, Iamaliava situation. I mean, we've talked about it a couple times already. It's a jockstrap, but it could spearhead a movement that we actually need. So, in that way, it could be a game ball. And then Saints. I know that Derek Carr possibly being out for the season isn't a big blow because Derek Carr isn't very good anymore. But I don't think Spencer Rattler is the guy, and I don't think you want to use pick number 9 to pick a quarterback in this draft. So it's looking a little rough for the 2025-26 season for the Saints already.
Well, I could trade.
Man.
Yeah, we got a long way to go.
Hey.
It's April, okay?
I'm a fan of Washington, and I've seen many bad teams. And
what is the who's the third best quarterback in this draft?
Man,
assuming that the top two are
Jackson
Cam
Dart.
Ward and Hunter.
Some people are saying Jackson Dart.
I don't mind Jackson Dart.
I like Jackson Dart.
I do too.
I don't like him at pick
but
9.
I don't know that he's that much better than Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I don't.
Wow. Who you like? If you last year,
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh gosh,
didn't think about that.
Hey, I'd take him right now.
Would you take Dart over a J.J. McCarthy who got drafted last year if you had to pick?
No,
I don't think so.
No. But I think you can make an argument for both.
Yeah. But it's close.
Yeah, I think so too. I haven't seen enough from J.J. Dart having to win games, but he certainly made all the plays he had to at Michigan.
J.J. McCarthy.
But again, to your point, yeah, they laned on the run game.
Yeah.
So let's hit the break here in a minute. I guess it's only 11:39. Let's take our time here. My bad. I got to give a game ball to Rory too. I mean, what are we doing?
Oh,
I mean,
that was just understood.
To stumble and then to come back and win in a playoff. And again, he had to birdie the hole. It's not like the other guy, not like Justin Rose bogeyed. And Justin Rose, I mean, he's been right there, and I would give him a jockstrap for not winning the playoff, but he did take home over $2 million yesterday, so I guess he's fine. I thought that was great to watch him come back up the leaderboard. It was pretty cool. We've got a little more sound from that, don't we, Christian?
I think
Rory
we have one. Yeah, we have one more. Yeah.
I think we have two more because we only played the one, right? We talked about his journey, and we talked about he had a little joke for the media when he came out for his presser. Let's start with that.
I'd like to start this press conference with a question myself. What are we all going to talk about next year?
He cracked himself up. I love that. Here's Rory on reflecting on his journey. Do we have that already, or we ever play that?
We played that off the top after the highlights.
Okay. All right. I got you. Okay, you're right. You're right. Okay, I'm looking at this wrong. My bad. Thank you. Okay. I was going to give you a few more notes here about golf. I was looking this up. So I was looking at a couple of things. Number one, we already talked about some of this, which was the longest stretch in between winning the Masters. And for Rory, 11 years is the longest stretch anybody's had. And there's a number of guys in that group. You know, Tiger is, of course, with his return to glory with the Masters a few years ago. But Ben Crenshaw had an 11-year gap between Masters victories. Hale Irwin at the U.S. Open, Julius Boros at the U.S. Open, and Henry Cotton from 37 to 48 in the Open Championship. And I don't know how many guys have won. I guess there's only 6 guys who have won the modern Grand Slam. Jack Tiger, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, and Gene Saracen with Rory now since he completed the feat. What is I wonder what's Phil missing? Did Phil ever? I don't think he ever won an Open Championship. So that would be the one for him. Phil Mickelson, and I don't think he's gonna.
Is he still
wins? I'd have to
was
look
he
this
playing
up.
this weekend? Mike, I never hear about Phil anymore.
I don't know. I assume he played. 3 Masters titles, 2 PGAs, and 1 Open Championship. He did not win the He did not win the U.S. Open. Oh, that's right, because he had the U.S. Open, and he blew it down the stretch. Remember that was where he tried to hit that shot from under the trees, and he had. My gosh!
Looks like he's come in second at the U.S. Open like 6 times.
Yeah, there was one that was particularly bad. So, anyway, I was looking at a list here: 10 best active golfers. You want to do a quick top 10 list here, Christian?
Yes.
Give me some top 10 music. Top 10 best active golfers who have not won a single major.
Oh,
and you can tell me who you think is the most likely to win one. I got a guy.
Is Fowler on the list? I mean, he's been forever.
Oh, he's been doing, He's never won anything?
Not a major.
Wow.
He is on the list. Top 10 golfers according to BetMGM.com who have not won a major. Victor Hovland, 100%. Best finish, 23 PGA Championship runner-up to Brooks Koepka. Patrick Cantlay, there's a guy we don't talk to very often. He can't win. Cantlay can't. A major, at least. He led in the final round of the 2019 Masters before Tiger overtook him, though. And obviously, no offense, buddy, nobody was rooting for you. Everybody was rooting for Tiger. Tony Finau. He's the guy that hit the hole-in-one a couple years ago, and I can't tell you people mentioned that to me, where he's celebrating the hole-in-one at the par 3 and then dislocated his ankle.
Oh, yeah.
And then popped it back in, and Omar was like, oh, my God. My stepmom said, oh, my God, I hope he's okay. I said, Nancy was like from 3 years ago. He's fine.
Yeah.
And he actually played well in that tournament. But he is one of those guys that's got the game to get there. You just wonder if he's ever going to break through. 6 wins, still looking for a major. Ricky Fowler, he finished top 5 in all 4 majors one year, but still has never won a single one. Max Homa, 33 years old, 34 years old maybe now. This is about a year, not quite a year old. This was written on January this year, so I don't know if he's 33 or 34, but he's won 6 times too. Still looking for a major. Tommy Fleetwood's a guy that absolutely you expect to be there. He's finished within a shot of the champion at a major before. Speaking of major champion quality talent, there's one right there, Douglas. Will Zalatoris, you guys know him. He's the Simmons Bank sponsored golfer. He lost in a playoff to Justin Thomas at the 22 PGA Championship. Also had a top 10 finish, maybe a top 5 at the Masters in the past. 7 top 10 finishes in majors at 27. So he is...
At 27?
He's in there. 27, 28 years old. Yeah, he's in the mix. Matt Kuchar's mentioned here. Matt's getting a little up there, though, for a guy. Here's my guy, Ludwig Auberg, and you saw him in the mix after a couple days this year. He was the runner-up last year. He is really good. He helped Team Europe win the 23 Ryder Cup, so he's been on a lot of big stages over the years. It's only a matter of time, I think, for him. And then Sahith Theegala, who's a guy that a lot of you probably know. Finished 9th at the Masters a couple years ago, tied for 12th PGA Championship last year, and was in the final group on Saturday, but didn't have a very good finish. But he's a guy that he's kind of got the game too. You think, eventually he's gonna get it done. So anyway, that's your list now. And if I could pick anybody to do it, I think Auberg's the best bet. If I could pick anybody to do it, I would root for the most Finau or Fowler, the 2 Americans. But I like Tommy Fleetwood a lot too. You got any rooting interest there?
No.
Okay.
I will say
answer.
I forgot that I put a bet on whoever was paired with Scheffler. I think last name may have been Thomas day 1. Can't remember.
Justin Thomas?
Maybe. Anyway, I picked for them on the hole 16 to get closest to the pin, and
Yes.
he came through for me.
Yay!
He came through for me.
I remember you talking about that on Friday when we were at Oakland.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I looked this morning. I was like, oh, nice. So nice little win.
It's good.
Over the weekend.
I'm not going to lie. I had just like $15 left in my account because I took a bunch of money out recently.
Yeah.
And when they went to the playoff, I threw a few bucks at Justin Rose.
Oh, no.
I was rooting for Rory, but I was like, he looked so devastated when he missed that short putt. And, I mean, you could tell Rose, he was on the range, warming up.
Yeah.
He was pumped.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, this
He's
dude's
ready.
juiced.
Yeah.
And he might go out here and stick a birdie.
Yeah.
Nope. Had to settle for par. But it was all good. All right, we're going to hit a break. It is 11:46. We are at Burns Park Golf Course. The Buzz Golf Tournament well underway. First round folks are settling up here soon, and the afternoon guys are on site. Going to be getting ready for a little golf this afternoon. Going to grab a little Corky's lunch in between. And if you are looking for ways to wager and have fun, you know where to go. It's Oaklawn. Again, kudos to Wayne and the entire staff there on their performance related to the the Hall of Fame this weekend. They did a great job hosting on Thursday night and Friday night with the reception and then the banquet.
Look at this.
Baller. What's up?
Yeah.
This guy's a great athlete. Don't let him kid you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can wager on all kinds of great athletes at Oaklawn. Hey, kudos to Torpedo Anna, too. Huge favorite this weekend, and she came through with another big win. But there's so many ways to have fun at Oaklawn. And, hey, we're not far off from some live music coming. Craig Morgan, May 2nd. Low Cash, May 10th. Loverboy, September 12th. Righteous Brothers, September 19th. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, October 4th. And Whitney Cummings, the comedian, October 25th. All at Oaklawn.com. Book your rooms there. Spa treatment. Make reservations for Din Din. Went down there and smashed at the Bugler the other night. So good. It's absolutely fantastic.
The food.
Yeah, smash some food.
Yeah.
It was absolutely great, weirdo. Anyway, go see our friends at Oaklawn. And, of course, Oaklawn Sports if you want to wager on Major League Baseball, college baseball. Or, hey, listen, there's still 3 majors left on the board. So you can get in on those as well. They're already available at Oaklawn Sports. DJ's a weirdo. I am Justin Acri. Christian Weaver's a weirdo, too.
Yeah.
You guys are nuts. We're back in a second at the Buzz Golf Tournament.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whit Davis Lumber Plus is turning 72, and they're celebrating all month long. 72 years of service, selection, smiles, and most of all, you. And what's a celebration without a giveaway? But here's the catch. You have to stop by one of their 4 locations, Jacksonville, Cabot, Sherwood, or Greenbrier, to get the details. Come on in, check out the deals, and be part of the fun. Whit Davis Lumber Plus, where the plus is service. Since 1953.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Helen Keller observes, the struggle of life is one of our greatest blessings. It makes us patient, sensitive, and godlike. It teaches us that although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. Are you going through a difficult time right now? Don't give up and don't give in. Keep striving. Keep fighting. Keep helping others. As Winston Churchill said to his beleaguered country, never, never, never give up. When you're in Rosebud, which incidentally was the name of the sled in Citizen Kane, stop by Doublebee's and score a hot plate lunch. Or if it's a burger you're craving, the one there is one of the best. And of course, you can wash it down with a dazzling array of refreshing beverages. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Hawks Homes presents Morning Mayhem movie reviews each week on 103.7 The Buzz. Hawks Homes can help you design your new home, duck club, or lake house. And if you don't have land, Hawks Homes can help you find it. Find them online at hawkshomes.net.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Mo Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
Justin and DJ are taking the zone up the road to Jacksonville, just off the James Street exit to Gwatney Chevrolet, broadcasting live this Friday. Stop by and see how James and the crew can help with your next vehicle purchase. The Zone at Gwatney Chevrolet on 103.7 The Buzz.
The Zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio is back. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, let's see what Justin Acri and DJ Williams have to say on the Buzz Radio Network.
Sugar and spice.
All right. We welcome him back in 11:51. Going to hit some D3 Auto Sales text offerings here in just a moment. And we are at the Buzz Golf Tournament. Again, we got a number of the golfers set up in here and grubbing on some. They're smashing some Corky's barbecue right now, DJ, you wackadoodle. Anyway, great grub over here, and we appreciate Joe. Thanks to Sonic this morning for helping out the guys with breakfast. Twin Peaks girls are out and about, doing a great job serving up cold beverages all over the course today.
Nice cold brew.
Absolutely, and Michelob Ultra is one of the things they are serving up Appreciate them sponsoring the event today. And always our friends at Tito's Handmade Vodka. They are our title sponsor. And Olshan Foundation Repair, they are playing. I saw a couple of guys that are in the tournament.
Okay.
Right there. See that dude right there?
Which one?
Right here. See the guy with the Olshan shirt?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Guy looks like he's going to go out and shoot a 62. And his team's going to help him, and they're going to shoot in the 50s. Yeah, maybe so. Who knows? Anyway, this segment also brought to you by our friends at the Arkansas State Police and the Highway Safety Office. We want you to be really smart, folks. We don't want you to get in trouble. We talked about distracted driving a little bit last week. Now we got to talk about even worse, DJ. If you're distracted by drugs or alcohol, you're really in big trouble. Their campaign goes like this. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DWI. So, like drug driving is impaired driving, and it's illegal in all 50 states and Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C., even for the Commanders players, Christian. So pass it along to your guys over there. Whether the drug is obtained legally or illegally doesn't matter. And, again, if you got a prescription drug and it's affecting the way you perform as a driver and you're putting yourself or other people in danger, guess what? That's a no-no. It's against the rules. So I want you to be smart. You know how it says should not operate heavy machinery on certain drugs? Guess what? A car is heavy machinery. Feel different, drive high, get a DWI. Be smart out there, and let's look out for one another. And just be responsible, will you? Thank you very much. We appreciate you. This guy says Patrick Reed went from number 168 in the world golf rankings to the top 40 overnight. Really hope after this year the golf ranking goes away as the qualifier for majors and live golfers don't have to try and qualify to be invited. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I do know nobody likes Patrick Reed, but good for him. LC says, announcer dudes during the Masters were pronouncing Ludwig's last name as Oberg. What did I say, Auberg? Personally, I think you're right, and they don't have a clue. No, it's Oberg. I think that's right. I've heard it pronounced that way, too, even though it looks like Aberg. A-B-E-R-G is Oberg.
Asking the wrong person.
Well, he's from out of town. You know, They do it a little different over there.
Yeah.
How about the sound bites between Rory and Bryson? Radio silence for 4.5 hours. That is interesting. So I read the comment. I didn't hear the comment from Bryson saying that Rory did not speak a single word to him the entire round. That is odd.
Were they paired?
Yes. That is an odd thing. Maybe he just wanted to lock in. I'm sure the nerves had to be through the roof. Now, he hit a couple of shots yesterday, and people were always like, they're all talking about, he chucked one in the creek. And he also hit some spectacularly brilliant shots, too. There was the one where he was pinned behind a tree, and he found this tiny window and smacked it up on the green. It was incredible. And he's like laughing out loud with his caddy when they're walking out of the trees, knowing he got away with one. And I'm like, he was clearly having fun, and which was awesome to see. But I cannot imagine how incredible the pressure was, knowing you've blown a Masters before, knowing that's going to be the narrative, that if you don't finish again, even if you play well, that you can't hold a lead at the Masters or you can't get it done at the Masters. I cannot imagine how that had to feel for him. That had to suck. But good for him. Love today's show. Texting from Augusta, Georgia. Game ball to the Masters. All of it, says Angry Buckeye. Man, I'm glad you had fun. What's wrong with Mitchell, says this person. Who's Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Bryce Mitchell?
I don't know. Bryson?
Well, I mean, he
Bryce
kind of
Mitchell.
openly supported some Nazis, Hitler.
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with him. He got his butt kicked over the weekend. That's the only thing that's really wrong with him. Whether you're dumb or smart does not really matter to me generally. But if you're sport, that's an issue. Jockstrap to whoever pulled guns in Conway last night. Yes. What are we doing?
That.
It's wild.
Saw some video.
What's the word on Sousa's shoulder? I haven't heard anything. Does he have an issue? I guess I missed that. I thought he played yesterday. But I could be wrong. Did he not play? I'll look. Let's see what else we got here, and then we're up against top of the hour almost. Let's see here. This comes in from which one of these do I actually want to read?
That's a good one.
This guy says, DJ, did you just talk about the color of a wedding and how beautiful it was? Good Lord, man. And he says that means something about you. That's not true. It actually was very beautiful, and it was very surprising. I've been to that ballroom for I can't tell you how many events at Chenal, but they completely recreated it into a different color scheme in one day. It was very impressive.
Well,
and the furniture they had, look, say what you want, but I thought it was amazing.
I appreciate what was that?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. He's trying to figure out where to turn the scorecard.
I appreciate good design sometimes.
Same.
So I've been accused sometimes. People say that's a little Metro type vibe, which is cool.
I'm Metro.
Yeah.
Very.
very into that.
I own it.
Yeah.
This is not the first holdout. Obviously, UNLV's QB held out in the regular season. They also told him to walk. I don't know that he held out as much as he complained about the fact that he wasn't getting his money. Did he say he wasn't going to play anymore?
Well, they said
I thought he wasn't getting what he was owed or something like that.
He wasn't getting what he was promised.
Right. But did he say I'm not playing until I do? I think he maybe did. They may be right.
Maybe.
I can't remember how that went down. Completely agree with DJ on the QB thing. Hopefully sets an example for other players and just individuals thinking they could just ask for a number and expect to get it. Sadly, that's the world we live in, not just sports, but anywhere. That's probably true. Says also another bad take, he says, from the morning show producer on this situation, and that live players shouldn't play in majors. 7 of 13 made the cut with DJ and Brooks missing by one star. I was kind of hung up on that. I don't care anymore. I really don't. It doesn't matter. The live tour is not socially relevant, but if the golfers are good enough to play in the majors and win majors, which we all know they are, then who cares?
What do you think about that crew going to space this morning? Did you watch that?
Did they leave?
Yeah.
I think it's real. Actually, my girlfriend and I were talking about that this weekend. I don't think I would do it. She said she absolutely would.
Oh, it was nerve-wracking because I'm watching this thing take off, and I was like, oh, no. Because we've seen some scary situations. What did surprise me, though, is that you didn't see a shot inside during takeoff at all. You think, they would have the cams on them?
Yeah.
Not one shot?
Yeah. I would crap. I would be so scared. They're just going to orbit and coming back, right?
Yeah, they were up for not very long.
Are they back already?
They were able to. Oh yeah, they were able to unbuckle, float around for about 2 minutes, buckle back up, and come back.
It's pretty amazing. If you guaranteed me it was safe, which you can't.
But could you imagine their faces going up? That's probably why there was no shot inside.
Pretty scary. All right, that's that. 2 hours in. We're going to talk to Jackson Wells next hour. Trojans had a sweep this week. We'll talk to him about that.
Chris Kane joins Morning Mayhem each Monday to mix it up with the guys. Chris Kane on Morning Mayhem is presented by Trader Bill's. Trader Bill's, your one-stop shop for all things lake.
The GM Giant Crane Buick GMC in Conway is your #1 source for high-quality Buicks and GMCs. Shop Sierras, Yukons, Enclaves, and more. Nobody beats the GM Giant's huge Crane cash discounts and low price guarantee. Buy with 0 down and get the Crane commitment. If your car doesn't say Crane on it, then you paid too much. Shop the GM Giant Crane Buick GMC on Amity Road in Conway or visit craneteamconway.com today. GMC, we are professional grade.
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on The Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Randy Rainwater is on the road this Friday, taking Drive Time Sports to Trader Bill's Outdoor Sports off I-30 in Little Rock. Find them online at traderbills.com.
ABC Supply presents Shannon Lynn, our favorite musicologist, when he joins Morning Mayhem. ABC Supply in North Little Rock, let's get your job done together. For location and product information, find them online at abcsupply.com.
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Galaga.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Conway police are investigating a deadly shooting at a park. 11 people were shot. 2 of them are dead. It happened at around 8 last night near 5th Avenue Park. Police say there was a large gathering there when shots were fired. Police have not released the names of the 2 people who died. The remaining 9 victims are at the hospital. We're told they're all considered stable. Investigators have not shared any possible suspect information. If you were there or have any details about what happened, call Conway Police. Students and staff at Whitehall High School in Pine Bluff are mourning the loss of a coach. The school says the head basketball coach, Matt Williams, died in a 2-car accident in Pine Bluff. We're told the wreck happened at around 11 p.m. Saturday near South Hazel Street and 46th Avenue. The accident also left another driver, 38-year-old Darian Williams, in critical condition. Pine Bluff police are investigating. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in to Out of Bounds to hear from Captain Kendall Diggs. Brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
We're going to have a partly cloudy day and another warm, breezy day, too. We'll get up to 85 degrees in Little Rock with a southwest wind, around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight it'll become mostly cloudy. Could get a little sprinkle overnight, but there's a cold front passing through, so overnight we'll drop down to 52. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, if it doesn't involve fast horses, daily doubles, high fives, and corned beef sandwiches, you may be doing it wrong. Every weekend through May 3rd, Oaklawn has live thoroughbred racing. Whether your Oaklawn is cheering from the home stretch, dining in the Bugler restaurant, or raising a glass at the First Turn bar, your race day is whatever you want it to be. Make reservations today at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville, we're making your next vehicle more affordable than ever. We're paying the sales tax on every Gwatney Guarantee pre-owned vehicle. Each one passes a 172-point inspection and comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, giving you peace of mind at no extra cost. And don't wait on our remaining 2024 models, including Silverados and Tahoes, starting at just $57,990. When the lot clears, the savings disappear. Come see us at Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Is your yard ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way? At Acadi's Touch Landscaping, we make sure it is. Whether it's weatherizing your flower beds for the seasons ahead, building strong retaining walls to prevent erosion, or installing French drains to keep water where it belongs, we've got you covered. And when it's time to elevate your outdoor space, we build custom decks perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Call 501-794-2770 to transform your yard into a space you love, rain or shine. Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770, where we bring the green to your life. The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk On Sports Bistro. Game on.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You ready? Let's go.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated.
We're back here at Burns Park. Got to help out the pro there. Steve Ralston.
It's a must.
Absolutely. Writing up some scores. Or maybe he's supposed to hold the pen when he's telling the guys what they're supposed to be doing.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's like, who was it? It was
like
Bob Dole. I think Bob Dole used to do that.
Yeah.
He used to hold that pen and that hand of his. Mayor Terry Hartwick, appreciate him, and the Parks and Rec Director, Kenny Stevens, Joe Ralston, the GM over here, and Steve, the pro, and Dustin, the superintendent, Dustin McNaughton, great job, and of course, yet today, but watching out over the. I like the way this is set up too, because we're kind of up on this perch, DJ. You can look down on the golfers, and you can ridicule them from on high. It's good to be able to yell down at them and be like, "Nice putt, loser," or whatever, or say, "Hey, good shot." That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Anyway, so thanks to Tito's Handmade Vodka again. Our friends at Twin Peaks, the girls are out hustling around and bringing drinks to guys. Make sure everybody gets taken care of. I should say guys and gals. We do have some women golfers who are playing today.
Yep.
Corky's and Sonic and Michelob Ultra and Olshan Foundation Repair. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. It's really not that hard.
I believe one of our KRK talent is out there playing.
Who that?
Claire Kreitz.
She
out
is?
there playing. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Her and her fiance is big golfer.
Big golf.
Big golf.
Huge golfer.
Big golf guy.
Look at this guy's ugly shirt. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good to have you. How are you? Yep.
Good. All right.
Yep. I didn't say anything bad about that shirt. Not one bit. Sharp, though. Base. Pretty good. Pretty good year. All right, so I got some info about Souza and his shoulder. Looks like this injury to his shoulder is pretty bad, which I hate that. You know, hear Nolan calling in on drive time through the year. I hate this, but apparently hurt his shoulder sliding in the bag on Friday, and haven't heard any updates. But apparently it's not great news from what we're being told. So we'll see what shakes out here. I'm sure Dave will give an update, but he said he's going to miss some time for sure, and we'll see. There were a lot of people complaining about the turf baselines, and I don't know what happened there. But anyway, yeah, I didn't. I'll be honest, I didn't watch the game. It was busy. We had the Hall of Fame banquet Friday night, and Saturday I was doing the Oaklawn show, and then there's my guy, and then Saturday night I had a wedding. So yeah, I was not as up as I probably should have been. So thank you for all the folks who gave us the update. I hate that, man. Nolan's he's off to a really good start too. This guy says, check out Rory after a few shots and his look at Bryson. He was staring him down. This is very interesting. He says, and this guy says Rory probably didn't talk to him because of the whole Live Golf, PGA Golf rift. I think everybody's over it, including Rory at this point, I thought.
Well, didn't they have a deal where they were at the driving range and they were having fun? And they said, what's one thing you'd want to do? And Rory made a comment saying, I really want to, get Bryson back after what happened at the Open or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then DeChambeau said, in all fairness, you did that to yourself.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
And that was funny. I think everybody had a good laugh
about
it.
Funny.
I didn't think it was a bad thing.
You think deep inside it hurt, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there was anything wrong with that. I don't know what the deal was there. I didn't know there was bad blood, or I don't know of there being bad blood. But it is weird to me that he did not say anything. I don't know how you could play golf with a guy for 4.5 hours and not say anything to him.
Locked in, man.
Like,
I'm locked in.
Hey, I'm going to put this one out, or hey, what? I mean, like, you just got something comes up in conversation at some point. You don't have to have like a whole full blown conversation.
He went full Kobe, Michael Jordan on him.
Yeah,
I'm not your friend,
I guess. Anyway, well, Bryson's had a lot of success too. I like both those guys, honestly. So
you were looking at that Nike commercial, one of my favorite commercials of all time.
The one about Rory.
Yeah, as a little kid and
coming up. What's up, Bub? How are you?
And it talked about how he idolized him growing up. So when Rory was, I think, 8 years old, he went on a late night talk show. After he was starting to show promises of a child prodigy. Just got through talking about you. Yeah, how'd it go, Claire? How'd you do?
Come on.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
I need a course
Claire
update.
Kreitz, KRK just showed up.
Looking sharp. I like that light blue.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Wait, are you and your fiance matching?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Our whole team is matching.
Oh, y'all got a team
Our
uniform.
whole team is matching.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Y'all got a team name?
No.
Okay.
I don't think we picked one.
How'd it go?
Pretty well.
Yeah.
I think we ended 13 under.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Not terrible.
No.
So
fine.
Justin, that rock you got on your finger now. Look at that. Come on now.
Is your hand hurt?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's exhausting. She's got to walk around like this, just holding her left wrist
It's
up.
a little heavy, yeah.
Yeah, but it is. That's incredible.
She's an avid traveler, unlike myself.
When's the big day?
We haven't set a date yet.
Where are you going to get married?
That's also a good question.
Where are you going to honeymoon?
Probably either Greece or Italy.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I've never been to Greece, but I want to go. But I can definitely recommend Italy if you haven't been.
I have been several times. I love
Several
Italy.
times.
She's a big traveler.
We got engaged in France.
How about that? At the base of the Eiffel Tower on top.
Funny story.
No. Actually, funny story. This is horrible.
They were swimming the Seine.
So, no, he always told me it was not going to happen in France because he didn't want me to expect it. And I believed him. He gave great reasons.
That's good.
And then one day I was like, well, at least if it doesn't happen in France, it won't be at the Eiffel Tower. That's so basic. And his face just fell.
Apparently he had made plans that he had shared with her parents about where he was going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good, right? That he knew, right?
If I knew that, I never would have said that. And I would have loved it anyway.
That's so basic. She says, it's actually not. Most people go their whole lives and don't ever go to France, let alone get engaged there, you snob. What a spoiled brat. Anyway,
it's bad.
I'm going to tell you something. Your ass would have got about a half a carrot after that comment.
I know.
It was basic.
So,
all right, so where did you end up doing it?
It's basic. It's cliche.
He did it in St. Emilion.
Okay.
We had this beautiful overlook. He was going to do it at one of the wineries, chateaus that we went there.
Why not do it under the Arc de Triomphe? Here, his greatest triumph of all time.
Oh, what is that? Where's that?
That's
is
in France.
good.
It's in Paris.
Yeah, it's in Paris.
Yeah. Well, I guess it all worked out. He said yes.
Oh, yeah, of course I said yes.
As long as he gets on a knee, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I would have loved it if it was at the Eiffel Tower, too.
Yeah.
No,
I
she
just,
wouldn't.
You would have loved it if it was at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas, I bet.
Yes, 100%.
What's your favorite place you've ever been?
Either Sorrento or Positano in Italy.
All
yeah.
right. Not been to either one of those.
It's amazing.
Have you been up north to like Como and all that up there?
No, I want to go to Lake Como.
Lake
so
Como's
bad.
beautiful. We went by George Clooney's house. Hey, George. He wasn't outside,
Oh, darn.
but he had his boat there. It was very nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Como's one of my favorite. Siena's probably my favorite town we went to.
Oh.
It was neat.
Okay.
But have you been to Amalfi Coast?
Yes,
So
that's where.
Is that where it was? Okay.
Yeah, Positano and Sorrento's not technically Amalfi, but
Okay. I've not
close
been there. That would be my next go.
yeah,
So-
Positano is gorgeous.
Yeah, the Greece water looks incredible. That would be a
Mm-hmm.
fun trip too. So, well, that's good. So, what's his story? Where's he from?
He's from Romance.
How about that? You got a local kid.
Oh, yeah.
Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
you.
I know.
Good for you.
Yeah, he's from here.
Okay, well. Okay, so give me a course update. Like, how are the conditions? How'd you feel with your game? How was your team? Who was the ace? All that.
I thought we played well. It was ham and eggs, so that was good.
Yep.
What does that mean?
That means that we all.
They're kind of a blue-collar team. They did it by committee, a little bit of that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Nobody really did anything
Okay.
crazy. I had some good drives, although I have a bone to pick with you.
With me?
Yes.
Get him,
yeah.
Claire.
Because I asked. I said, I'm a lady. I get to play from the ladies' tees.
Absolutely.
So you got a bone to pick with him.
And he said, yeah. Yes, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, you're playing from the ladies' tees.
You bet.
Because one would
Guess
assume.
what? Guess what?
They
the
said
rules
no?
are?
No.
The rules are
What?
older.
Old man tees?
Yes. I wasn't going to say that, but
Is
yeah.
it further up than the women's tees or not?
No. I'm way behind the women's tees. Way behind.
That's weird. I would
that's
think
a him
the senior men's tees would be up where the women's tees are.
Hmm.
Well, Claire, that's something we'll fix for next year.
Thank you.
Pro? Where's Pro? When can you get that fixed?
Yeah, I was mad. And I will say I play in the hot dog scramble here every Wednesday.
My buddy's playing that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, every Wednesday.
Women's?
But no, we have to play from the silvers then too.
That must be their rule with women then here.
Okay.
They hate women here. That's
Yeah.
cool. Good to know.
Now we know.
I'm kidding.
I had to be 55 years old to play from the women's tees, and
Oh, you have to be an old woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, not old.
Not old.
Season. I'm
That's
51.
not old.
You have to be an older than you
Yeah.
are woman. Okay. That's really weird. So younger women have to play the silver tees.
Yes.
And then the seasoned women get to play the reds.
Yes.
I think that's crazy. Now, I'll tell you this. I play a lot of weekends through the year with my friends, and he is a golfer who's not great, and she is really good. She played in college.
Oh, nice.
But we don't let her. She plays for the Reds. And she could beat us from the whites or
Yeah.
the blues. But she plays for the Reds because that's the way we do it. And at Maumelle Country Club, it is a huge advantage on some holes. But we all agree, like, she would beat us from our tees anyway, so whatever.
Who cares?
She doesn't hit it as far as we do, though, but she's way better than we are.
Yeah.
But I see no issue with you guys playing for the Reds. That seems odd to me.
I
But-
think so too. And I will say, sometimes I'm very new. I'm like 6 months in to
Yeah.
golf. When I hit it really well.
Yeah.
But if I miss,
Did you
it's bad.
fall?
Claire,
Well,
I've been playing since. Yeah, you do have
dirt
some
on the shoulders.
dirt or makeup on your
Oh,
shoulders.
it's makeup. It's
oh,
makeup.
it's from
yeah,
your bag
yeah.
or okay.
Hey,
No, that's makeup.
I've been swinging a golf club since I was 7,
Mhm.
and Also, when I hit it good, it goes well. But it doesn't go that well that often. So it's just a freaking hard game.
It is a really hard game.
How long has your boyfriend been playing? Fiance?
Oh, gosh. He's been playing since he was little.
Yeah.
I mean, forever. He's really good. He hits the ball really far.
Is he a really good player, though? Like, what's his handicap?
I know this. I can text
Is
him.
it single digits?
Ask him right here.
Okay.
This is stud walking up.
What's your handicap? 1.6.
Yeah, he's
no
really good.
ham and egger. He's a pro.
He's
That's
really
ridiculous.
good. But his back was a little messed up today.
That's
so.
because he's carrying your ass all over the course.
That's kind of true. That is kind of true.
Just kidding. How are the other two guys or gals?
They're good.
Did you play with two other dudes?
Yeah, two other guys.
Okay, that's cool. I'm proud of you for getting into it. And sometimes, listen, it's very intimidating, especially if you're a female playing with a guy and the guy's really good and you're just starting out. It's a lot of – but here's the thing. Most guys who are good dudes, and apparently he is one, do not care. As long as you're having a good time and you don't get super frustrated and occasionally you maybe pick up here and there, it's all good.
And I will say we took a lot of my shots today.
Oh.
I have gotten a lot better really fast, but I'm starting to plateau. I need to go to an actual coach. I love Josh, but, he explains things to me that sometimes I'm like, I don't understand, and I need to go to
Do you get
coach.
frustrated with the way that he describes things and then tries to explain them to you?
Yes.
Okay. I have the same issue at home. How do you do with this? When you're trying to help Ebony
about right.
do something, does she get frustrated
But
with
when
you?
someone else tells Ebony the exact same thing I tell her, she's like, oh, it makes sense.
100%.
What is that?
I don't know.
What
It's weird.
phenomenon is that?
And I try to say it in the most respectful way because I'm like, you know way more stuff that I don't know than vice versa.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to help you on something, I want you to be receptive. But sometimes it's like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, and I'm like, I'm just trying to help.
I feel
Maybe
like
I'm a bad deliverer. Yeah.
I'm pretty receptive when it comes to golf because I know nothing.
Thank you.
But I went to a golf pro and got a lesson, and some of the things he explained, it was a lot more clear in my mind than when Josh says it.
Well,
I don't understand how to do that.
That's his job. And so they're much better communicating and helping you understand it. So that's okay. Well, but you had a good time?
Yeah, so much
Course
fun.
looks good?
Course looks good.
It looks great from up here, so I didn't get down in it, but it looks awesome from up here. So
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
Did you make any putts?
Yeah, I made a lot of putts.
I made a lot of putts, she
Well,
says.
not a lot. I made several. Putts. Good putts, too.
Easy, Trump. I made all the greatest putts. I'm the greatest putter of all time. I made a lot of great putts. All the great putts are mine. So you went from a lot of putts to several to how many?
I probably
More than
made,
5, yes or no?
No.
You don't have to.
There's
only 18 holes. I mean, if you made like 3, that's great.
I think I made 4.
Claire, like I said, I've been playing if I play in a scramble, I may only make 4 putts in a day.
I think I made like 4.
Which spot did you putt first every time?
Yes, except for a couple. Yeah, I like going first because I feel like my job is just
First too, but then I just usually try to make them anyway.
No, well, yeah.
Anyway, that's good. I'm glad you had a good time. Oh, Justin, ask the golf chick.
The golf chick, that's me.
If by that you mean award-winning journalist, Claire Kreitz, yes. If she knows what golf means, what it stands for. He's trying to tell me it's an acronym.
Is it really?
No.
Oh.
Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. That's baloney.
Oh,
That's so rude.
Whoa.
He says, Brian says, introduce her to Joe Ralston. He's a great teacher.
Oh, okay.
Joe Ralston's the GM out here. I could also recommend a couple other guys if you need help.
Okay, yes, please.
Did you watch the Masters this weekend?
Oh, I did.
Did you love it?
I loved the Masters. This is a hot take.
You don't like Rory?
I'm not a huge Rory fan.
Boo!
I know, I'm not.
Why not?
So that's Josh's favorite golfer.
Oh. Thank you, Josh. You're right.
However,
He's right. You're wrong.
However, I really hated when he took the phone from that guy after he was getting
I heard about that.
Yeah, I hated that. I'm like, you're a professional
Break that
athlete.
down for me. I saw it. I didn't know the details.
I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was heckling him a little bit about his missing 3-foot putts.
Yeah.
And I think
he went and missed a 3-foot putt yesterday.
Well,
Yeah.
losing, the U.S. Open by missing 3-foot putts.
Yeah.
And it was at a tournament. I think it might have been Pebble Beach, but he took the guy's phone and then deleted the video. And I was like, come on, man. Like,
that is pretty dumb.
You're a professional athlete.
I don't remember seeing that. That's also bad for your karma. You got to ignore those guys.
Yeah.
There's no telling how many comments Tiger took for hooking up with Waffle House waitresses during his period of time.
Exactly.
You just gotta own it.
You gotta lock in.
Change the narrative. You make 3-foot putts to win.
Exactly.
I remember Wes. Was it you or Wes that doesn't like Jordan Speed?
I can't stand Jordan Speed.
Mike and Ike's.
Deets, you're the best.
Do you know these are my favorite candy of all time?
Clearly he does.
Probably Mike.
Kristen, you're probably a huge Mike and Ike guy too, aren't you?
No, I'm not
Oh
crazy.
man,
about it.
appreciate
All right.
you.
I thought you were a big fruit candy guy.
I do like fruit
Big
candy.
Mac and Iker.
I like Airheads.
Well, I'll bring you some Mike and Ike's if you want some.
They're good.
Spieth, but do we?
Spieth he's a turd. He sucks.
I heard his.
Did you hear he's complaining about the mud balls at Augusta? I'm like, you should not be invited back. You and that guy that peed in the creek.
Or there was Caddy under the bus.
Spieth sucks so much in so many ways. He's such a baby. I'd like to punch him in his stupid face.
Oh,
he's so annoying.
My gosh.
That's not even a hot take. I think most people agree with me.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you hate Jordan Spieth. Everybody? Okay, everybody in here hates Jordan Spieth. They all think he's a douchebag. So you guys know it's true. Everybody feels that way. Yeah.
Not one.
Well, everybody does.
Went up.
Yep, everybody loves Rory and everybody hates Jordan Spieth except
Where's
for you.
Wes Moore?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not a Rory fan.
Wes will argue me just to argue me because that's what he does. He's an argumentative dude. And I
I
am
thought
too.
he didn't like Spieth.
I don't know that he does. Wes, do you hate Jordan Spieth? Do you like Jordan Spieth?
No.
No. Okay, good. That's one thing we see eye to eye on.
He's got one.
Yeah, that's good. So what's your beef with Rory other than that? That's it?
One
bad moment?
I didn't like
One
that.
shine? I didn't either. That's not cool.
Yeah, I don't
agree.
like that.
I bark at him about him. I don't like him. You know, you probably do some stupid stuff too, and I get mad at you, but I still love you.
I mean, that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Here comes the man of the hour.
After round 3. Oh, look.
Your lady just told us she doesn't like the...
God almighty, this guy is the best. You should marry him.
I know. Well, that's the plan.
She doesn't like Rory.
After round 3.
What's happening? You know?
I'm just glad you didn't get engaged at the Eiffel Tower. After round 3,
They made me tell that story.
Rory said in his interview that with Amanda that he was going to put himself in a bubble during round 4 because he knew Bryson would be hyping the crowd, and then he had to do what he needed to not get distracted. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever. I think you can feed off that energy because I think most of the people there were pulling for Rory.
Yeah.
They were.
People love him except for you. Regarding Sousa's shoulder, I heard R.J. Hawk reporting this morning that he tore his labia. That's an oldie but a goodie. I don't think that's it, but he is going to be out for a period of time, maybe a significant amount of time. So we'll see. I hope it's not.
You need to go eat lunch with your man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Claire, hey, thanks for stopping by.
thanks
Thanks
for
for playing
hanging
the
out.
bus term. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Glad you
of
came.
course. Of course. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
Thanks for hosting.
There you go.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to get you on the red tees next year. Yeah. Wait till I have some other friends that are females that are playing today. When they find out they're going to be hitting on the silvers instead of the reds, they're going to be furious. I'm going to have to talk to the pro. See what I can do. I was big mad, she says. I love it. All right, let's do our entertainment report here. Thanks to Evans Dietz. Game ball to Evans Dietz. Hey, pro, we got to talk about this silver-red thing. Got to talk about the tee boxes. We got what? She's pretty mad. She wants to move up to the reds. I'll let you guys work it out.
He said no.
He said no. That's for older women.
Oh, they're getting into it.
Oh, my God. Claire just punched the pro. Claire, back away. He's just like,
that's awesome.
I don't know if he knows this or not. 5,200 yards is a long way for people who aren't good at golf.
Yeah. I mean,
what
was the explanation there?
It's too short from the reds. I'm like, she's been playing for 6 months. I think she should be playing the reds. Here's my thing. Like, the whites, I know people are like, oh, you should play the blues. I'm like, when I start breaking par or getting anywhere close, like I'm not even breaking 80 from the whites right now.
Jeez.
Like, should I really be playing the blues? I don't think so. That's like I think Jack Nicklaus is one of the people leading that charge. It's like, let's move up a tee box.
Yeah.
Let's make the game a little more fun and enjoyable and easier. It's hard. And I mean, I'm not a terrible golfer. I'm just not a very good golfer. But I mean, playing the whites is all I want, man.
I want to go play. You want to go play one day?
Yes, I'd love to go play. Let's go play after the show one day. We can I'll take you out to Maumelle.
Okay.
Or we can play here at Burns Park. I love Burns Park.
You won't try to coach me up the whole time?
I do not care what you do. No.
Okay, cool.
If you ask my advice on something, I'll try to help.
Probably will.
I'm not good enough to help anybody, but
okay. We have to play all 18?
Yes.
God.
You don't have to. You can quit after 12.
So long. 12?
We can play it in 2.5 hours with just you and me.
Okay. I didn't
There's
think
somebody
about
in front
that.
of us. Yeah, we can play
okay.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I agree with you. It takes too long.
Yeah.
Last thing here from the 501. Golf came from the Dutch word, which means club. Trade between the Scots and Dutch brought the stick and ball game to Scotland. They originally called it goof, G-O-U-F. I said G-O-U-F. And then it evolved into golf in the 16th century. Thanks for the history lesson. I appreciate that. It's interesting. All right, well, you know what? Now we're up against it. We're going to hit a break, and Christian, let's go ahead and do this, and then we'll get Jackson in, and then we'll do the entertainment birthdays. How about that?
Sounds good. There
it is. Dun, dun, dun. Cake coming soon to the Riverfront Amphitheater. In fact, this very week.
They're Thursday night, right?
Josh got his. Yes, Thursday night, buddy.
We have tickets. We'll be giving away some more for birthday trivia.
Oh, let's do that. I love it. Man can't live by cake alone, but when he needs a meal, he knows to go to Cash for a fine offering. Cash is also right across from the amphitheater. So if you want to pregame somewhere for a cocktail, appetizer, or a full-blown dinner, you can go to Cash. I guess you can jump in here if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Cash is downtown. Cash is in the River Market. Cash offers free valet parking. So if you're looking for a great place to dine anytime, certainly this week before the concert, that is a great spot to go. And for lunch, also fantastic. And if you're trying to trim up this time of year because it's spring heading into summer, guess what? Cash has a lot of healthy offerings. Now, if you eat a bunch of Mike and Ike's afterwards, that's on you. So good though, huh?
So good.
Refreshing. I'm not a big mint or a big fruit candy guy, but Mike and Ike's are up there.
And I'll be honest, I wouldn't go to Cash if I want to be healthy. I want all that good stuff.
Yeah, I know you do. But you can. There are healthy options.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, for special event space, you can't go wrong there. 501-850-0265. Call and talk to the staff. Get squared away on a special event. Up to 150 people upstairs, and indoor, outdoor, great space. And they're redoing the patios with some new furniture, too. So never been a better time to go see our friends at Cash. Right there in the River Market for lunch, for dinner, for special events. And for pre-party before cake on Thursday.
I need you to reach out to Chef Hardy.
I need your love around me. I need to talk to Chef.
Kevin from the Mighty Rib got wind of a tasting.
I saw his post and I reposted it.
It was like 6 or 7 courses.
And
he said it was the best food he's ever had.
He says the best food he's had in Little Rock in the 13 years he's been here. Yes. High praise. What do we say? Their main menu, their basic menu is spectacular. Their special event stuff and their special offerings are off the charts.
Yeah.
And I saw the pictures of the special dinner.
Yeah.
A, why the hell didn't we get an invite? B, great call by the Mighty Rib. So we'll talk to him about it, but it looked amazing. That ravioli they have.
Yeah.
It's like butternut squash ravioli or something crazy. It looked amazing. It's a 12:28. Pro's got a black eye. Claire got a hold of him.
What's up, boss?
But she's playing the Red Seas next year.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. That's going to do it. We'll take a break, come back. Jackson Wells, entertainment, birthdays. Stick around.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas baseball dropped their first series of the year this weekend, losing 2 out of 3 against Georgia on the road. The Razorbacks won Game 1 13-3 on Friday before losing Game 2 Saturday 7-6 and losing Game 3 yesterday 7-6 in 12 innings. Sunday's loss was not short on theatrics as Arkansas trailed by 2 entering the 9th inning before 2 solo home runs from Ryder Helfrich and Vahiva Aloy tied it up. In the 11th inning, Arkansas took a 6-5 lead, but Georgia hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the inning to walk it off. After the game, Coach Dave Van Horn talked about the loss.
So it ended up being a tough loss because we had it within 1 out. They felt the same way probably in the 9th that they had it, and then we hit a home run and tie that thing up. But we learned a lesson a little bit. It's not over till it's over. Hopefully we'll be a little better going forward.
Next up for Arkansas is a game against Pine Bluff tomorrow. First pitch is set for 6. Radio coverage can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
The electric cooperatives got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission, to provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it up on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough with the phones already. Put them down and pay attention, or pay the price.
Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Bills got you crying? Hire the Bankruptcy Lions. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of bankruptcy beasts. When in war, you need the roar. for exceptional communication and exceptional results in all bankruptcy-related legal matters. Hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Yep, that's the sounds of all my friends and another great deck party of mine. And what do you not hear? That's right, no mosquitoes. That's because Sanders Ground Essential provides me with a monthly mosquito barrier spray. Call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com.
It's Justin Acri with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West, getting you ready for spring. And Laura Beth, let's start with some of the outside options that Kaufman by Design West provides for folks who are trying to spruce up their homes this time of the year.
We carry a large selection of in-stock steel products, which include leaf blowers, weed eaters, and lawnmowers.
As far as sprucing up the house for spring cleaning, you have a lot of other options there as well.
We have storage totes, power washers, flower bed tools, planters, fertilizers, all your lawn care needs.
It's Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road, Monday through Saturday, online at kaufmanlumber.com.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJ spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
If you're loving what you hear on The Zone, you should try our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, or X if you're a nerd. Now let's get back into The Zone.
What if I just can't discover? What if I'm just taking too long?
Everybody's having a good time. You don't go quit on my count. We back. It's 12:33. You just doing drills over there, or is that oh, look at you. I love it. All right, let's go to the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, shall we? Got a phone call on, or somebody's already ready for birthdays. We got to talk to Jackson Wells, though. Good weekend for the Trojans. Let's go. How about a little brew time? Give me a sweep.
Little Rock pitcher Jackson Wells is back for his third season as a Trojan. He's been named the Ohio Valley Conference Preseason Pitcher of the Year and named to the OVC Players to Watch list. His visits in the zone are brought to you by Thompson Electric, providing innovative electrical solutions since 1983. For more information, check them out on Facebook, Instagram, or at thompsonelectric.com.
Well, there he is. Jackson joining us from Oxford, Mississippi. The Trojans getting ready to take on Ole Miss tomorrow. And so he is on the hotline waiting to chat about the weekend. And what a weekend it was, Jackson. How gratifying it had to be handling your business this weekend on the road against Morehead State. You guys have been getting a lot of frequent flyer miles lately here, but, man, had to be good to go on the road and get a sweep this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge win just for really everything. I mean, individual confidence for, I think, every pitcher and hitter, and then team confidence, and then just for standings in the OVC, that was a huge weekend to put us at 5-6 after a rough start. And so it was really good to get that sweep on the road.
Got some good offensive help, 11 runs scored in your start. How'd you feel about your performance against Morehead State?
Yeah, it was good. First couple innings, didn't really have command over pitches. Maybe it was first three. I don't remember what inning they scored. 2 runs in. If it was second or third, and then settled in the third or fourth inning. I struck at the side, and then I had a blood blister on my finger that inning, on my middle finger, my throwing hand, and I was waiting for it to pop every pitch, and then came out for the fifth. Blood blister pop, and then so we were throwing at the blister a little bit, and then coach kept asking me if I was good, and I was like, yeah, I'm feeling good and all that stuff, which throwing with a blister, you can't really control the baseball. And then so kind of struggled a little bit after that. I don't think I got an out, bases loaded, and then Blake Bankerleaf came in and held the 1 run that hit him, which was huge for the team, and then kept it close enough late in the game. I think we put up 8 runs in the 9th inning. So, that was huge.
Crazy. Yeah, that had to be how'd you feel? I mean, that had to be amazing to watch your team go out there and explode offensively and get it done for you guys.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, Ryan Geck led off the inning with an 0-2 home run, and then he hit another home run whenever he got back down to the plate. And then we just had some really good offensive ABs in that into a lot of situational at-bats. And then they had infield in a couple times with first and third, and we just took it back because they were giving it to us. And we ended up getting hits after that, scoring twice. I think on 2 of them. So it was really good to see the offense put together an inning like that, especially in conference play.
Yeah, your catcher had a good. Yeah, catcher had a good day too. 3 out of 4 for him with 4 RBIs. So, yeah, big day for the Trojans and a good weekend. So, from a confidence standpoint, you got to feel pretty good coming out. I know it's probably a long road trip back, but feel pretty good. Did you guys go right to Oxford from Moorhead, or did you guys come back?
No, we went straight to Oxford. So we got done. We left about 5 o'clock yesterday from Moorhead, and then got back into Oxford at about 1:15. So it was a long day and a long night, but we got in and got to sleep in a little bit till about 9:15 for breakfast at 9:30. So we got a little bit of rest.
How about from an injury standpoint? I know you guys are trying to get some folks back. You guys getting healthier, or is still the same guys still out?
The guy that was our first baseman for a little bit, Angel Cano, he was back this weekend. He didn't start the first game, came in, got an RBI base hit, and then I think he had an RBI double as well this weekend. And then he had some good picks over there at first base too, which were huge, especially playing on dirt. So he's back. And then there's some other guys that are making their way back. And then guys that have just been playing through some things. I mean, they're starting to feel a lot better, and you can tell difference at the plate and defensively too, that they're feeling better.
Yeah. Talking to Jackson Wells on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. It's brought to you by our friends at Thompson Electric. Arkansas played this weekend at Georgia, and they're all turf. Do you guys have preferences on dirt paths or turf? I know you're not running the bases, but do your guys like one or the other better?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall probably turf, just because a lot of the fields that we play at don't have premium grass and dirt like SEC schools do. Like tomorrow we'll play on dirt against Ole Miss, and it'll be fun just because it's big league quality ground. So like the playing surface is big league quality. So at those fields it's probably better for dirt. It's more of a baseball feel. But
gotcha.
For conference play and stuff like that, a lot of the teams don't have the funding to keep those fields super in very good shape. So playing on dirt or turf always helps because it's more consistent.
Are you you have a role tomorrow? I know you're normally not even going on these midweek games, but since you guys were coming back together, you end up stay with the team. What do you do? You chart pitches, or you do anything tomorrow, or you practicing or working out, or what's your deal?
Yeah, so we'll practice tonight. Probably touch tonight a little bit, and I'll probably throw a bullpen tomorrow most likely, and then get a lift in. Today was more of just a feel-good mobility core workout for me. And then I'll be on chart probably for the whole game. What we'll do is the starter for the next game is usually on chart. So midweek games, if we're at home, for like today, for Arkansas, I'll probably be there. So I'll do the charts for those games. But and then I'll typically do chart on Saturday or Sunday as well.
Trying to one of these days meet my abs, Jackson. I've never gotten acquainted with them. What are your favorite core workouts?
I wouldn't say I really have a favorite core workout. They all kind of suck, but
that's honest.
Yeah, I like doing the hanging ones because it'll just get a little bit of arm care in as well. I do a lot of hangs in general, so just doing some core stuff with it, kind of like two birds with one stone.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Well, listen, man, we're going to let you go. We're going to talk to you later this week, so I'll ask you more about who you guys are facing this weekend when we talk again. But congrats, man. I know that was a big shot in the arm for you guys, and hopefully it unleashes breaks the dam and lets those winds keep flowing through, and maybe pull an upset tomorrow. It'll be fun, too. So appreciate the time. We'll talk later this week.
Yeah, appreciate you. Have a good one.
All right, appreciate it. That's Jackson Wells. Again, thanks to Thompson Electric. Let's get to entertainment and birthdays, shall we? Should we let Wes play birthdays? He hasn't played in a long time. He's already here.
Wes, you want to play?
Yeah, he's not afraid. Let's go.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Hi, Wes.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, entertainment stuff, but since you're here, we'll go ahead and break some sports into it. How happy were you about Rory, or were you rooting for Justin Rose, or what were you thinking?
No, I was rooting for Rory.
Me too.
I put a little wager on Rory on Bet Saracen, so I was pulling for him. I started pulling for Oberg because I also had some on him, and he had much higher odds. But no, the drama of it, I loved it, and I was so happy for Rory. But then I started watching on Netflix the golf series.
Oh yeah.
Right when I turned it on, it was Justin Rose, and it was Rose talking about how much it would mean for him to win another major, and it was last year's Open Championship where he finished second, and it was just like, this is what it's all about for me now, the majors, and making my name and memories. I'm like, oh man, that sucks.
I like Rose too. I've always liked him, but yeah, I was happy for Rory, man, and to get that off his back is awfully good to overcome the past. And you forget how young he was when he shot that 80.
Yeah.
You just assume like he's the guy. And it felt like such a terrible letdown, but at that age, it's just, he's so much golf ahead of me. He would never have thought he would have gone 11 years between his majors, too. It's crazy.
He looks so much older than he really is with the gray. And
yes.
I mean, a lot of sun on his face over the years.
Mm-hmm.
We had to Google last night, and I was like, gosh, I thought he was older.
How
but
old
he's
is
been
he?
around for so long, 36, 37?
Yeah. He's your age, DJ. How about that?
You look a lot younger than Rory.
Thank you. I'm getting my grades, though. See him?
Yep.
Come through. Do you have grades? Do you do something?
Ebony, I see them all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
You do anything?
No.
Will you?
Huh?
Will you?
Hell no, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justin Rose is going to get one here soon.
No question. I agree. Over the way in the box office, a Minecraft movie won again. They have got to be surpassing what their expectations were. They made over $80 million this weekend.
I'm not surprised.
I am shocked.
Yeah.
$150 million is an enormous opening.
Minecraft is huge.
I know it is. I just did not expect it to do this, and certainly not to be the sustained level of success. 80.6 for a second weekend is remarkable. Also a guy who doesn't do anything for his grace. I present to you Mike Hokut.
I went to the movies and watched A Working Man.
What's
the
that about?
Jason Statham film.
Okay, was it good?
Jason Statham film.
Was it better than Beekeeper?
It was the same movie.
I feel like they're all kind of the same.
Well, they're not all the same. They're different movies. So
I
was
know,
it
but-
better or worse? Did you see The Beekeeper?
Yeah. Man. I would put them same as far as like which one I like better. I didn't like Michael Pena. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
The funny guy?
Yep.
He tries to play a little bit more serious, and like there's a scene where he has to like be sad and cry.
I love him in the Ant-Man movies.
I like him in that type of comedic role.
He's in
I didn't
serious
like him as
movies
like
too, though.
serious.
Like, did you ever watch End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal, where he?
Yeah,
where the
well,
police
that
officer?
is serious, but he still had his funny personality, you know?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the ageless wonder Mick Jagger and his longtime partner Melanie Hamrick. They are engaged. They confirmed the news. She's a former ballerina and choreographer. She says their love was a slow burn as Jagger was still dating the late model Loren Scott when they met in Japan, where the Stones and the American Ballet Theater were both touring at the same time. We didn't even exchange phone numbers. Well, that was good since he was dating somebody else.
Yeah, it's probably good.
At the time, I wasn't in a relationship, but he was. The couple share their 8-year-old son, Devereaux Octavian Basil Jagger. What a dumb name. Anyway, congrats, kids. I'm so happy for you all. Yay. All right, let's do birthdays.
Look at that guy.
433-1037. Corky's Barbecue.
Wrong number.
You did it again.
Oh, my God. That is amazing. I've been on this bad habit. 661-1037. It's like the time that I gave out Vickery's number when I was trying to give out Sanders Brown.
It's in you now.
It is.
You can't shake it.
501-661-1037. Try that one and see if that works. I'm trying to do too many things at once, and my brain can't keep up. 501-661-1037. We have tickets to 501-661-1037. Cake. I'm just going to keep hammering that number until I get it right.
Rory's 35.
Okay.
661-1037.
The part that's weirder is you said you looked it up and you said he's 36 and 37.
He looks a lot older than 35.
He does. He looks like he's in his 40s for sure, his early 40s, yeah. Terry's already on the line. Wes, I'm going to put you with him. DJ, you get line 2. Christian's got line 3. While we're lining up our birthday players today, it's 661-1037. A few days, things from this day in history. The first American dictionary was put out on this day in 1828. Noah Webster was responsible. Maybe you've heard of him?
That guy.
Yep. 1865, President Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater. He dies tomorrow, April 15th, 1865. On this day in 1910, President Taft began the tradition of throwing out a baseball on opening day. On this day in 1912, the Titanic hit an iceberg at 11:40. How about that? The Titanic and President Lincoln got shot on the same day in history. Just different years, obviously.
Spoiler alerts on the Abraham Lincoln. I was looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what was going to happen.
Seeing how he recovered from the gunshot wound. You're not going to like the way that things go with the Titanic either, Christian. I hate to break it to you. In 2000, Metallica filed a lawsuit against Napster, and eventually it led to the movement against the file-sharing program and others. And on this day in 2019, magical day for Tiger Woods. His 11-year major drought over as he wins the Masters. Let's get to it. Birthday time. We've already played it. We've got our 3 players on. Terry, you're with Wes. DJ, you're with Nick. Corey, you're with Christian. Are you okay? You got a Mike and Ike stuck in there, big guy? Let me hit it out of there. All right. Christian, music, please. There we go. This woman is an actress. She was in Scooby-Doo. I know what you did last summer.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is right. You got delayed by DJ. How old is he, DJ? She, DJ?
She's still she?
Yes, she is still she. Sometimes in this day and age, you got to ask.
She's 42.
How old is Sydney Roberts from the film The Crazy Ones? No, she's not. How old, Christian?
Freddie Prinze Jr., Miss Freddie Prinze Jr. is 48.
Bingo bango. Sorry, Wes. You can guess later. This guy is an actor, and he recently won an Academy Award, his second of his career for Best Actor for another Nazi-era war film.
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian Brody.
He also made out with Halle Berry against her will once.
Yeah.
That'd get canceled today, but he got away with it back then.
Did it again this year.
She kissed him now.
Kissed him awkwardly in front of his wife.
Wasn't that awkward? I think it's hilarious.
It was a little awkward. He was holding her a little too much. You would have lost your mind. I know you.
Yeah, if Halle Berry kissed me, I would lose my mind. You were right. How old is he, Christian?
Adrian Brody he's the big 50 today.
The pianist.
54.
No.
52.
52, bingo bango.
Big thing.
Wasn't that the movie? Yeah, he was in The Pianist, too. That's right.
Yep.
This guy's an actor. I've been watching him since I was a wee lad. He was in Weird Science, The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, which I think is an underrated film.
Eric Gordon Bombay.
He's got 3 names.
Oh, no, 16 Candles. Yes.
Bombay?
No. Gordon Bombay. No.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yes. 16 Candles is not underrated because it's rated perfectly because everybody loves it and it's awesome. I was going to say Six Pack is a movie that he was in as a kid, and that is an underrated film with Kenny Rogers. It was actually pretty good. I thought it was a good flick. How old's Anthony Michael Hall, Wes?
59.
No.
57.
Yes, he is. DJ Bingo Bango. And 2 more. This guy is a former baseball player. Former star
Ken Griffey
pitcher.
Jr. Oh, Nolan Ryan.
Hall of Fame.
Randy Johnson.
Hall of Fame righty. For the Cubs.
Greg Maddux.
DJ.
Are you serious?
My son's
I'm
namesake.
on fire.
His birthday today. How old is he? Let's see how on fire you are.
Greg Maddux. Did you ever get to watch him play?
Yes, I watched him
In
play.
person?
Yes. In Chicago. Before he went to Atlanta. Because the Cubs are so dumb in the front office and they let him get away.
62.
No. Christian.
He's 64 today.
No.
65.
No. He is 59. DJ again. Last but not... I know he's younger than I thought. I would have thought he was older than that. He's born in 66. Last but not least.
No.
Right? Did I do the math wrong?
Yeah. Right?
No, it's 59.
59.
That's what I said.
Yeah, 59.
You are correct.
In Wes's defense, I was wrong on yours sometimes. He's like, no, here's how the math works. I'm like, okay, my bad. I'm positive how old this guy is. It's an easy one. He went to Oklahoma. He's a quarterback in the NFL.
Baker Mayfield.
Troy Aikman.
Baker Mayfield. That's right, Christian.
Baker Mayfield.
That's a good one, too.
Who'd you say?
Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
I didn't know you went there.
Yeah.
He started there.
UCLA.
For a year.
Sir?
How you doing?
Hey,
Doing all right?
this guy's playing in our tournament, and around the corner here, Wes, they got his picture up on the wall from when he won a golf tournament in the PGA Tour.
Dang.
I don't know. Something's amiss here. Something doesn't fit.
I need another top 5.
Yeah, there you go. Well, if you don't get one today, come on, we got problems. Well, great to have you is what I meant to say. Thank you for coming. Baker Mayfield's how old today? Christian and DJ comes down to this.
Really?
Christian, you need a bingo
I feel
bango.
like I'm ahead.
You are by 2.
Oh, okay.
Christian needs a bingo bango to win or to tie.
Oh,
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. 31.
Nope.
Dang it.
32.
30. You won by 1, though. Good job.
Okay, I'll take you.
All right. That's it.
Dang, that was close.
Yeah.
Congratulations, buddy. That was awesome. DJ had Nick. So congratulations, Nick. Enjoy your tickets to the cake. I'll see you there Thursday night. I had to pay for mine. Glad you got your freebies. We're going to take a time out and be back. Are you? Yeah. Okay, we'll be back and wrap things up.
Yeah.
Are we done? We got a break?
Yeah, we got a break.
I thought we already
playing
took
right now.
Oh, my God. I thought we took a break. We're way behind. Okay, sorry. When we come back, Wes will tell you what's going on out of bounds in the zone.
Johnston's Home Center in Benton is your one-stop shop for everything around your home. Save on ranges and cooktops, microwaves, grills and barbecues, washers, dryers, refrigerators, freezers, ice makers, trash compactors, bedding, recliners, sectional sofas, vacuums, and more. Outside your home, save on zero-turn mowers, leaf blowers, saws, and sprayers. All of this under one roof inside Johnston's Home Center in Benton off Military Road. Remember, if they don't have it at Johnston's, you probably don't need it.
This is Justin Acri with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Nobel Prize-winning mathematical physicist Sir Roger Penrose is an unquestioned genius. It is a bit of a surprise, though, when he filed a lawsuit against Kleenex for copying his non-repeating tiling patterns on their toilet tissue. The case was settled out of court. A spokesman for Penrose said, "When it comes to the population of Great Britain being invited to wipe their bottoms on what appears to be the work of a knight of the realm without his permission, then a last stand must be made." Speaking of bathrooms, at Doublebee's you'll always find clean restrooms, not like the one you and McGregor stumbled into in Train Spotting. Doublebee's respects Arkansans because we are an Arkansas business. Doublebee's is where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
If you're like a lot of people I know, you're spending a lot of time at home this year watching basketball and other sports, and your home's your happy place. You may be noticing, though, the scuffs and faded colors on your walls, and that can drive you crazy. That's where CertaPro can help with a paint refresh. They can make your experience worry-free, starting with a free estimate. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. Schedule your estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. And each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Rick Schaefer, and I hope you had a great weekend. Monday, when we get back, get ready, because we're bringing in Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, hogsports.com, Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane, Hyundai and Genesis of Conway, the shooter, Pat Bradley, thanks to Bet Saracen, and Razorback Nolan Souza, thanks to Seth Boyd Insurance. See you Monday on 103.7 The Buzz!
You're in the zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with Justin Acri and DJ Williams.
I'm up until coffee, downwind from the paper mill. I'm out here spitting on the sidewalk.
Jerks. We're doing blind taste test, Mike and I. DJ tried to Jedi mind trick me, you butthole.
It worked the first
He's like,
time.
cherry. And I'm like, oh, God, it's cherry. Okay, oh, my God. Then I'm like, oh, my God, they do all taste the same. Is that cherry? He's like, yeah, it's cherry.
No,
I'm like,
you thought the first
jerk.
one was lime for sure.
Well, that's anything. I said, give me anything but orange or red.
One more. You ready? Close your eyes.
Don't give me cherry. You're such an idiot. This segment's brought to you in part by our friends at Guatney Chevrolet. We're going to be over there on Friday. All right, that's lime.
All right.
100%.
Okay.
They don't all taste the same. You are a clown. That kind of tastes like Pledge, though, to me.
A little bit?
Yeah, you know how Pledge, like the stuff
Never
you
tried it.
No, you taste it through your nose, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you spray it on something, like you can get the remnants of the spray.
I think that's more of a lemon, though, on
Yeah,
Pledge.
it is. But this tastes like that.
Okay.
Anyway. Thanks, Evans. He just gave us some show material with a box of candy. That was really good. This segment brought to you in part by our friends at Guatney Chevrolet. Wes is going to sit in here. He likes Guatney, too. We'll be over there on Friday talking about some cars. Thursday, we're at UAMS at the Ortho Now Clinic. But if you're looking for a deal on a car, you know where to go. It's Guatney. And since 1957, they've been taking care of people, and they'll take care of you, too, and you'll be back again and again because they are great about service during and after the sale. And it's the spring savings deal going on right now. Plus, they get their 2024 closeout. They got to get these old ones off the lot. So they're new to you, but they are the 24 models, but they're still outstanding. Silverados, Tahoes, awesome. $57,990 is where they start for the Silverados and Tahoes from the 24 class. Also, each Gwatney Guarantee vehicle pre-owned gets a 172-point inspection. So go see our friends over there. They'll take care of it. And it also comes with a 3-month 3,000-mile warranty at Gwatney Chevrolet. So pop over there and see them. They're online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. We will be out there Friday talking about all the cool things going on. And Chuck and I are also going to do an Employee of the Month video, too, whether you know that or not. Oh, are we now? Hi, Wes.
Hey.
Welcome back. Great job on birthday trivia.
Thank you. Glad I could help.
Somebody had to get 0, and it was you. So what's up?
Matt Jones is going to join us, WholeHogSports.com at 1:30 to talk about the Arkansas-Georgia series at 3:05. Emory Hunt, football game plan. He does a NFL draft Bible, basically. I mean, it's a who's who of going to be in this draft. And so he's going to join us, talk about some of the Arkansas guys. David Walker, Shunderick Powell will pick his brain about the draft. And Steve Ralston out here at the club will join us at 2:10 to talk a little golf, Masters, and what's happening out here at Burns Park.
Well, that's wonderful. I'll be listening. And a lot of these guys will be listening, I'm sure, out on the course today. So
you're not playing?
No. No. I will be back in studio with DJ. Oh, you're going to try to do a little more, though, aren't you? A little sneak. Back in the studio tomorrow. Appreciate Christian. And we're in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort studio the next couple days. So tune back in. But stick around for Out of Bounds coming up next right here on the Buzz Radio Network. Time to tee it off. Gentlemen, start your engines. Vroom.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning.